right, everybody. It's another day. It's another dollar. Everybody, we're here to make you holler. That's my white man rap.
That's really good. I can tell you've been practicing.
Thank you very much. If you're not listening to the X1Bros, well, your life probably sucks. But if it's your first time,
Slap that like you're Jimmy Carson.
well, and if this is your first time on the show, joining us, well, welcome, and your life just got better. Infinitely better. Welcome to the X1Bros. We are your positive gaming and Xbox One community. As always, I am joined by the bros, the X1Bros. First, it's Mr. McSpicy.
Hello.
Second, it's Jord the Man.
Hello.
And last but not least, I am X1. We are the X1Bros. This is podcast number 209. Mr. McSpicy, give me a surprise game that you played this week. A surprise, something that I wouldn't have expected from you. Popped up.
Oh, this is hard. What did I play that you wouldn't have expected? I worked.
Oh, well, I don't expect that ever.
I know.
Whoa. Whoa.
No, I don't know. I'm really, really, really excited to play God of War.
Oh, did you buy God of War?
Jordan did, and I'm tied to his PlayStation account.
Yeah,
so
that's the game.
It's downloaded. It's ready to go.
God of War and MLB, which 18 is out. MLB, the show 18. It was at Costco. I got my tax return.
Oh, nice.
I almost
wonder if I got mine.
contemplated divorce and just buying the PS4 without asking permission. I'm pretty sure that moving van that would be at my house. I'd be a movie van. You'd just see me packing up.
Before
my
the
stuff.
show, there was a moving van in my driveway. David thought
Spicey's house.
he came up and thought that Megan finally kicked me out.
Yeah, I did. I was like, oh, yep, she's leaving him, and I just thought, it's about time.
Oh man,
So what did you play this week, though?
So Fortnite has this new mode, 50 versus 50.
Oh, and you got a chance to try that out?
That is one of the funnest game modes I have ever played.
Whoa!
It is, yeah,
forever.
forever. Because what happened was, it is so fun. So they split the Fortnite map in half. It's still Battle Royale.
Oh yeah,
but it's two teams. And it's 50 versus 50, and you have 10 minutes they show you where the end circle is.
Sure.
And everyone has 10 minutes to get there. And it's the first Battle Royale game where the first 6 minutes you don't have to care. You're just looting, right?
Yeah.
And they quadruple the amount of ammo
so
you
you're
get.
just stocking up, and then it's a bloodbath, I imagine.
At the end, it is so amazing. What's so funny is they have these jump pads. If you haven't played Fortnite before, they have these jump pads where you can jump up and traverse the map really fast. And near the end, when the cloud is coming and you have to go to that mode, and so the whole team is moving from point A to the map to point B. There are jump pads everywhere, and it's like a whole bunch of lemmings running up the ramps and just jumping and getting from point A to point B. You always have loot when you get to you get to D-Day, where both sides are building up like crazy, and it's just huge fortresses all over the place. There are golden scars. There are golden rocket launchers. There's snipers everywhere. It is the funnest. The reason I like Fortnite is because I really like speed. They quadrupled the speed on this. Oh my gosh, it is so much fun.
How do you proximity chat? How do you communicate with your other 50?
You don't.
You don't.
You swarm. There are 50 people on your team swarming together. Oh my goodness, it is so fun. There was this one match I played where we got the high ground on a mountain and the other team was down below and I had a sniper.
Oh.
And it was just like pop, like they could do nothing. Their numbers were just dropping. It was so funny. Funnest game mode I have played in a very long, I would say ever. That is so fun.
Let me ask you this. Two nations go to war. Let's say Russia and the U.S.
Okay, we got a Rocky IV scenario.
Instead of dropping nukes, Fortnite, could this be settled in Fortnite?
Anything could be settled.
Anything.
Who would win, by the way? Let's pretend that that's a real thing. Would we be a superpower? You got to imagine Korea jumps right up on there.
Russia really likes their Hearthstone, so
we don't need to worry about them in Fortnite.
Yeah, we would worry if they were tournamenting.
So in Fortnite, there's an Fortnite Olympics, who wins?
Korea.
Even in Fortnite?
South Korea. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what they put in their cereal. I don't know what they feed their children, but they are the best gamers that this world has ever seen.
You heard what?
When
sorry, go ahead.
when the Infinity War comes, you got Thanos coming.
Sure.
The Koreans are going to be standing there with their divas, and they're going to be protecting the world with video games. They are so good at video games; it's not even funny.
Even Fortnite.
And anything. Have you ever watched the Overwatch leagues? They have like London Spitfire, they have Florida Mayhem, they have all these. There's one white guy per team, and the rest are Koreans. London is all Koreans.
Yeah, but how many Koreans do we have in America? Boom. Boom.
Yeah. Mind blown.
Boom.
No,
MBJ,
but they're,
right there.
but they're from Korea. They're trying to. They're like, remember when? Who was that famous soccer player that came to LA Galaxy?
David Beckham.
David Beckham. Yeah. Remember when David Beckham came just to make millions of dollars?
And he was retired.
Yeah. That's the Koreans. When they're done, they come here.
They come here when they're watching.
And what's funny is he was
They
still
come
like
here. So we're
best.
the MLS of gaming.
We are. Yeah, we're
Korea is the EPL of gaming.
exactly.
Okay, I get it. I see.
Yeah, the European Premier League. Yeah, exactly.
man.
That's exactly how. That's a good
Yeah.
representation.
We are Major League Soccer. They're the English Premiership. They're the best in the world. They're the NFL.
Hey,
we're the Canadian Football League.
Didn't
Exactly. That's perfect.
didn't the American team make the decision that you have to play for the MLS to play on the team or something?
No,
like
no.
that?
They have so many slots that you have to be from the MLS, which is retarded.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a whole.
So
other topic.
Ryan in
Don't get me
chat,
started.
I must have just opened a can of worms. He's saying, "Oh no, Beckham wasn't done when he joined LA." I think he just showed up, put on the jersey, and made like $600 million.
Well, what's funny is
Yeah,
he
he
was
made so
washed
much
out
money.
over there. And
Well,
then
I don't think he
comes
was
over
washed
here.
out,
Well, yeah, well, I
but
mean,
he just got offered a ton of money.
well, I don't know. I think he was
Fun
getting over
fact.
there.
Ready for this? My past life, I got to kick the ball with David Beckham a couple
that's right,
times.
yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
practice on the Manchester United field. There was a tournament. It was like a mini. You represented. It was like under 12s, and we not under 12s. I was under 16s, and you represented each of the teams. And I was with the Manchester United one, and so we got to go to their practices. It's David Beckham, nice guy, very quiet. Very quiet,
you
man.
got to do that
He
before
probably didn't want to
David
be there.
Beckham was David Beckham, right?
It was right. It was David Beckham, Ryan Giggs was there, and they were just like, he was crossing the ball, and Ryan Giggs just had to stick his foot out, and boom, in the net. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Also,
It was really
I will
quiet.
say, at the Manchester United practice facilities, they have a butler bring the players Gatorade on a silver platter. Not a joke.
Well, why not?
It is awesome. It is awesome.
I know. Yeah.
He didn't talk very much though.
No, he's like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, thanks. Hey, nice. That was a nice pass you had there.
That's funny.
brother.
Maybe
Nice
he didn't
pass
want
you
to be
had
there.
No, he
It was
didn't.
a Saturday off. And they
Have you
called
ever heard him
in.
talk in real life?
Yeah.
He kind of has a girl voice.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I love the man, but he's kind of.
Well, it was funny when he came over here because
Hey, I kind of have a girl voice.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I remember when he
sultry.
first came
I have
over
a really
here.
good tenor.
Oh, there you go.
You should
I
hear me
like that.
sing.
Oh, I should.
Yeah, it's really good.
I remember when he first came over here, everybody booed the mayor but cheered him when they announced. Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. For those of you that don't know, we are over live right now. If you've never joined us, mixer.com/X1Bros. You can check us out live. We stream the show live every Friday. We also stream every morning from, I always forget, I should just write this down, the times. From 7:30 Eastern to 9:30 Eastern is approximately when we stream every morning, Monday through Friday. Come and join us. For those of you who are in Mixer and are at least level 10, you might have free subs. Mixer released free subs to everybody level 10 or higher. We would appreciate the support. It's a free sub. Just come over to our channel, hit the sub button.
check.
If you're in there now too, you can just hit the sub button, and it will
Should pull up and tell
it
you
should
it's
pull
free,
up.
right?
It doesn't tell you you're free until you hit subscribe, and then it'll say you have one free one, and then you can subscribe. You get access to our emotes. A sweet X.
Now
next to
answer
your
me
name,
this:
emoticon.
Is it a permanent sub or is it just 1 month?
1
Just
month.
1
yeah.
month.
Okay.
1 month free. So, anyways, we'd appreciate the support. Come and join us. If you're not, just follow us on Mixer because it's a good time. Being in the podcast live is a fun time. Jordan,
Yeah.
what did you play this week?
I played a lot of Hearthstone.
Oh, really? So you're
Yeah.
getting into the Hearthstone.
Yeah, the new
gigs.
expansion is really fun. Mark kind of trained me
Yeah.
on the deck that we call Tempo Mark.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
my
Yeah.
Tempo Mark Rogue deck.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, so he
and
kind of trained me.
is it everything, Mark?
Yeah, no, yeah, we
Culture
won 3 in a row, didn't we? With
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I'm training him because it requires.
Because when Mark retires, there needs to be a.
There needs to be a Mark II.
Yeah.
Mark 2.0.
No, yeah, you gotta with Hearthstone. You gotta kind of what makes it easier to win games is knowing what the other player has.
Okay.
And I think that's the reason I know is because I played so much, and so when I'm with Jordan, I'm coaching him.
Yeah.
I'm a coach, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna have this possibly next turn. Be careful for that. So do this, and
So when training for Hearthstone,
yeah.
is it valuable? Because I'm sure you could do this too. Print off like flashcards of all the different cards and just go through them every day.
Well, the nice
memorizing
thing
them?
about Hearthstone is you can just look them up online.
Yeah, but
Like
I mean,
you can have a whole page of them.
But is that useful to memorize every single card that's out there?
After
Yeah.
about 3 days, after about 4 hours of playing, you're like other people, you're gonna know the cards. I don't like for me, I don't know the names of the cards, but I know what they do.
Okay.
And that's just because I have a poor memory. But I know like he's gonna come out with that 3-mana card, that blah blah blah,
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and so yeah, but so you just play a couple hours, you're gonna know what people are playing with. The nice thing is right now they just came out with the expansion a couple days ago, a week ago or so. And I love seeing new cards.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of new cards, a lot of new decks.
Did it really improve the game?
Oh, yeah.
Yet to be decided?
This is the beginning of the year. So they do it like Magic, where they say everything at this point is no longer in competitive,
That's
right?
how you keep the game balanced and make more money.
So a ton of cards got axed, and that has allowed us to play and make really cool, unique decks that we've never really seen. Because when you have so many cards in play that are all really strong, that's all that people play.
Yeah.
But right now, there are very few overpowered cards.
Okay.
Right? So now people are given more opportunity to play whatever they want, and so it's really fun to see decks right now.
Yeah. No more Pirate Warrior, though.
Yeah, Pirate Warrior's gone. Do you
Sad.
Oh, was that in your face?
Just a little bit.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
And then I had a really long week
me
this
put it
week,
on, yeah.
but I also just now, David said something about taxes. I went to see if I got mine, and
Did you get it?
No, but I found out that I got invited to the Somerset beta for Elder Scrolls
Oh
Online.
yeah, that's exciting.
very
I've been watching
exciting.
some
So-
coverage of that or some trailers.
Yeah, so
anyways.
I will
Lots of
try. It's
trailers on that.
PC only right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a tight knit group we have there.
Yeah.
But,
So we do have a guild there. You might
No,
want to
yeah,
jump
on
into
the
Discord
Xbox version.
with
On
the
the
X1
Xbox
Bros
version,
Guild. You might want to jump into the MMO Discord, Jordan, and let people know you're going to be jumping into some ESO there. There's a lot of
Yeah, I
we've got a
actually
pretty strong
I actually
revival.
did play ESO this week.
Okay.
Not because I wanted to, but because I was, but
because I was forced to.
No.
I don't actually like that game.
because I was testing things out, and I actually ended up playing it because of that. But my Xbox has come down with the flu.
Oh, really? Why? What's wrong with
it's
it?
it used to. What would happen is it would crash on Fortnite all the time. And for a while there, I was like, okay, this is just a software issue, because
Yeah.
Fortnite did have its issues. And then slowly, the infection went throughout its body, and just it's
infecting other games.
yeah, it's doing it. It's Far Cry crashes. ESO was even crashing, and not like mid-game crashing, but like you load up the game, and then when it starts to load, it crashes.
Really?
And it won't let me load. And the thing is, I'm still kind of confluffled
Confluffled.
because
Fluffled?
I know you can have hardware failure to where your software crashes, but that's really not usually the issue. Usually it's the software that crashes, not the hardware causing the software to crash. So it's anyway.
You could have the operating system. Like there must be something corrupted within the.
Yeah.
Because you know how every Xbox has that little identifying
Yes,
ID number.
yes, yeah. The
that
operating
attaches-
system is so I guess it could still
attaches-
be the software then.
Yeah.
The operating system.
I
And
wonder if you could
I
factory
actually
reset it.
that's a very good idea. Maybe I'll try that this weekend. I actually thought to myself today, maybe I should check for updates. I'm pretty sure I ought to
I'll bet
update,
you once
but
you get
maybe,
an update, it'll fix it.
maybe I
would-
should update. Yeah, maybe I should
set it.
factory reset it. That's a good idea. Yeah, but anyway, this whole week it's been. I mean, I've benefited from having 2 Xboxes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and
that's scary stuff, man.
others.
I feel for you.
Well, luckily I'm still within the 1-year warranty. I think they have a 1-year warranty on the.
Oh yeah, no, it would.
The only thing is I'm afraid to turn it in because it's the Scorpio edition, and they're
Oh,
not going to
yeah.
give me a new one.
they might. Maybe it's a 1-for-1. Maybe.
Well,
they
but
back up
remember
on
their
some-
number. Well, I guess they can just fake the number. I mean, who's going to know, right?
Yeah.
Well, and you can send it to be repaired, so you get the Scorpio back.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. Well, I just remember when you had an issue with your Xbox, they were actually very good with you. They put a hold on your account so you can keep your Xbox and stuff. So like anyway, I talked to them a couple weeks ago when this started happening, and we had a quick fix for it. But now I think I'm going to have to call them again and see what's going on. But no, that factory reset, that's actually a very good idea.
Yeah, it's kind of
it might screw up your box for a minute, but we'll just coordinate and get it all fixed.
Oh, that might. Well,
no, it wouldn't.
No,
I would just have to set
you just have to reset me.
Yeah, so you'd have to use one of your yearly home boxes.
Yeah, 5.
That's fine. Do I have 5 a year?
Yeah, 5 a year.
We've already used 4.
Yeah, I could do that.
Just kidding.
We've already used 4.
But
for those of you who don't know, before the show, we tried something new. We did a behind the scenes with Instagram. Instagram.com/X1Bros, where you're going to start a new tradition where we do a behind the scenes right before the show starts here every Friday, and then a quick post show Instagram live. So join us over on Instagram.com/X1Bros, or just in your Instagram app, search X1Bros. Give us a follow. There's lots of funny videos that go up there during the week. Every Monday, we have Motivational Mondays. We got some positive gaming sayings and stuff. Mondays. It's a fun time. Anyways, join us over there. Instagram, just search X1Bros. I'll tell you what I played a lot this week is Sea of Thieves.
SOT,
the SOT game. And let me say this about Sea of Thieves. I understand.
Hey, nice.
I understand the complaint. If people complain and say, well, there's just not enough variety for me. But I get that. But I'm not experiencing that. Because
you haven't lost the fun yet.
I've not yet lost the fun. McSpicy, now you play solo a lot in this game. See, I've not yet lost the fun because I'm playing with people every time I play. And I'm not even communicating with them because I'm streaming it. And so there's no party chat here, but it's still so much fun. And every time you go out, there's a different story, situations happen. It literally is sandbox fun. You play solo a lot. Did the fun diminish for you playing solo, or has it remained fairly steady?
No, because I'm rich.
Because the carrot on the stick is the gold.
The gold for me, yeah. And you really can't buy a lot with the gold yet.
Not yet, no.
I bought sales.
Yeah.
Well, everything's expensive.
Everything's way expensive, yeah. No, but I just like to, I don't know what it is, but I like to find exploits and make as much. I like the loot caves, right?
Yeah, you're a loot cave man.
And
you make Excel sheets, for crying out loud.
Yeah, and I think I have discovered a really good way to make a lot of money in that game.
Is there a YouTube video coming? The people want to know.
David wants me to do a YouTube video.
He told me his secret, and I'm like, genius. #genius.
Yeah. And David's like, you should do YouTube. And I'm like, but I don't want it patched yet.
You're like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, I know. I just want to hoard.
Well, let's be honest. It's not a glitch in the game or anything. You just found the most efficient way
to make money.
That's it. It's not a glitch. You're not cheating. You're not taking advantage or exploiting. You just found an efficient way to do it.
And I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
And
how does that work with your experience? Did your experience slow down going after money because you're not completing voyages?
Yeah. Okay. Shh.
Oh, sorry.
I'll do it all. I'll do it all later. I'll do it in a YouTube video.
YouTube. Sorry. But anyways, did it mess with your experience?
You get experience with what I do too.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not an exploit. It's just.
It's very efficient. It's creative. I appreciate it.
It's piratey.
It's piratey.
It's piratey. It just makes a lot of money. And the nice thing is I just throw in an audiobook and I'm good.
Yeah.
And beforehand, this is when everybody logs in. Okay, when you log into Sea of Thieves, go to your nearest fort. Just look around and look for the cannon things on the island. Go there. They have like 6 powder keg.
Yeah, just turn those in
barrels.
for merchants.
No.
Oh, you don't turn them in?
No, that's my concealed weapons permit.
Okay. How so? Tell me how
that's my concealed weapons permit right there.
What do you do? I turn those in. I use that merchant experience.
No, that is your secret weapon, man. That's how you defend yourself. So you get the barrels. Okay, just go to the island. It takes like 2 minutes to do this.
Okay.
So go to those, grab like 6, and don't put them on your ship. Put them in the crow's nest. Okay. Because if they shoot it up there, it doesn't damage your own ship.
Okay.
So you go up there, and it's really easy to go grab those. When I first do it, I put it on my ship, and then this is me min-maxing. This is my Excel spreadsheet. Okay. It's about to talk. So you just put them on the ship to go quick, and then as you're selling to whatever you're doing, then, because you have a lot of time to just hang around, right? Mm-hmm. Then take those up to the crow's nests.
Sure.
So you're saving time.
Yes.
If somebody sees you, you just put your... This is one person strat. 2-person strat, you dominate. So if you're by yourself, it's like
1 person. Here we go.
I did this with 2 people with Jono, and my little sloopy slop ship, my teeny ship, took down 2 galleons. just like that. With 2 people is amazing.
Okay.
But if you're doing your thing, you're minding your own business.
Minding it.
You're making money.
And
And somebody starts chasing you. They start shooting you and chasing you. You just set the ship going whatever, east, west. Just make it go a direction and make them follow you. What you do is you go up to the crow's nest, grab a barrel, and jump off into their path. And as they're coming, because they can't turn very sharp, you let go of the barrel and go to the side of the ship, right? And they'll hit the barrel. A barrel does 4 things of damage. So 4 holes in the ship. Then you climb up the ladder because you left the barrel. You climb up the ladder, go to the bottom of their ship, and just camp there. And they're going to come try to repair. You just shoot them and just scare them so they're not going to be able to repair. Within about 20 seconds, their ship sinks. You die, but guess where you respawn?
On your ship.
On your ship, and you're good to go. The barrels are seriously your concealed weapons permit.
If
you have
they're
2 people, you do 2 people with that, and it does 8 holes of damage. They sink in like 4 seconds.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
That's how we took down 2 galleons. Just
I
that.
love it.
I love it. It's just genius.
So the latest patch in Sea of Thieves, they made it so you can only purchase so many voyages from a vendor per day. Does that screw up your min-max for gold?
Actually, I haven't. Well, because I just log off and log back in.
And why would they do that?
Because of Mr. McSpicy.
Because of people like me. Well, I wonder if that does mess me up. I'll have to go check it out.
Well, I read the patch notes and I saw them. I just don't understand that one in particular. Like, why are you limiting people to play your game?
Well, no. They're not limiting you to play your game. So each merchant. So for instance, you can't just, and it forces you to level out, spread out what you're leveling up, because you can get only so many from gold in a day, only so many from merchant, only so many from.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What if you do those all day? You're done.
No, because you can still go and look for glass bottles. You can still go.
Well, yeah, but
to
I
the
mean,
islands and hunt for
I don't.
stuff.
I just,
Actually, some of the best loot that I find is just lying around random on the island.
no, and I mean, I get that. I mean, I get there's other stuff, but I just don't understand why limit that. Why limit that? Why limit voyages per day?
People were clearly messing with programs.
Like
there.
this guy.
Like,
Boink.
like that guy. Who has 2 thumbs and messes with Sea of Thieves? That guy. So I think, ready for this? I think Sea of Thieves, it reminds me a lot of Destiny. Not the gameplay or anything. It reminds me a lot of Destiny about how this is Destiny 1. How it's being received by reviewers. Mm-hmm. Or how it's been received by reviewers. Here's why. And tell me what you guys think of this. When Destiny 1 came out, there was all this hype around Destiny, just like there's all this hype around Sea of Thieves. Destiny 1 came out, everybody played it, and the reviews all said disappointed with the lack of content. There's a lack of content here. This is just bare bones of what is here. Yet everybody's having a blast playing it. Whenever you watch people streaming it, they had a blast with their friends playing it. It was one of the most played games. Sea of Thieves, when I play it, when I look at people playing it, when I look at the reviews, it has a similar feel to Destiny 1.
It's such a hard game to review. I mean, I'm going to think on their side of things, right?
Yeah.
It's such a hard game to review because there aren't a lot of games like it, right? I think a game like this is extremely healthy to have something come out like this that is not the same cookie cutter style of game we've been getting for years. Yeah. We can get those great different kind of games from independent games, but this was a major AAA developer.
Yeah,
bringing some rare. It's a rare developer.
Rare.
And it's just it's a unique format, and so it's hard to. It's like having sushi for the first time.
It's hard to describe.
It's like it's not very. You're just
dry,
like
it's raw.
It's raw. It tastes
There's
a little
avocado.
fishy.
I don't know what this avocado is.
But as you taste it and as you get used to it, you gain an acquired taste, and it's just you're just not used to it. Or if you don't like sushi, it's like jazz music.
Yeah.
It's just that sounds odd.
Well, and
then as you listen,
I don't think the reviews are unfair. Don't misunderstand me. I do think the reviewers have a point. There is a lack of content there. Just like in Destiny 1, there was a lack of content there, and every reviewer finishes it by saying, "When I play it, I have a ton of fun." But there's a lack of content here, and then that brings the review. Same with Destiny 1. It just has a similar feeling to me. There is a lack of content there, but ultimately what makes a game worth playing is whether or not it's fun. And I just think I have so much fun in this game every time. And every time I play, it's a completely different experience.
Yeah, it's sushi.
It is sushi. If you'd like to support the stream, well, you could do it a couple ways. You could subscribe to us on Mixer, and if you're level 10 or above, hit that subscribe button on Mixer, because guess what? You've got a free Mixer subscription. There we go. Go over and gift us that. Or you can pledge to us on Patreon. Patreon.com/positive gaming or XoneBros.com/support. Head over. $1 a month helps us out. If everybody in the community did $1 a month, we'd be able to go full time and live our dreams. We appreciate all the support from everybody that you've given us thus far. We love this community. It's a good time. And if you'd be so gracious to support us, we'd really appreciate it. Patreon.com/X1Bros. With that, I have a question before we get to the news.
Mm-hmm.
And this is taking some news stories, Jordan, so I apologize. But Battle Royale mode, rumors, coming to Call of Duty, coming to Battlefield. Now, we talked about this a while ago. I mean, you just talked about Fortnite, how much fun you're having. We talked about this a while ago, that it's going to just, and we've said it a couple times, it's just going to become a standard game mode. This is proof positive of that. It's in development for Call of Duty. It's in development for Battlefield. Is that good for the first-person shooter? Is it good for gaming? This new game mode coming to such big franchises. Let's start with Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mr. McSpicy.
Why wouldn't it be? Because.
Okay.
So let me try to think. Why wouldn't it be? Is it the concern that that's all we're going to get
As a first-person shooter? I believe so.
If that's the concern,
That's going to become the main game mode. We're going to lose some other ones.
I guess that's I guess that's a valid concern because. Okay, what's your favorite ice cream? You mentioned it before the show.
Mint chocolate chip Breyers, mint chocolate chip.
What if that's all you had to eat?
I wouldn't mind.
For how long would you not mind?
Well, I do need some meat in my life.
Okay, well, let's say you can't have it.
Okay.
Let's say, well, actually, technically, here's the deal about this. Here's the counter argument. You can have other food as well, right?
Yeah.
Because you can get your regular team deathmatch.
It's just when I'm going to the different restaurants, they're specializing now in mint chocolate chip ice cream instead of prime rib. And I love myself some prime rib.
Yeah. I mean,
what are we talking about?
No, well, because it's a really fun game mode, but too much of it, you could, it's like chocolate cake. You're gonna get a sick stomach after a while, right? And then you'll have to just dial it back, but. They're not replacing other game modes. So with Jordan's, I like it. I get that side of the things too because it's just another option that we can play. If they're only that, then maybe it would be a problem. But right now, it's a good thing for me because I really like that game mode, and I've always liked that game mode. Sure. Look at what that game mode has done for Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just is so, and that's what these developers are seeing.
Yeah.
They
go where the money is.
Yeah, and it's
the demand.
It's there, and you can with a game like Call of Duty and Battlefield, you can totally do that because you can with Battlefield right now you can get those armor power ups and you can just pick up different weapons. There's that RPG looting element that'll work really well with those style of games. I mean, I think it's fine. Right now.
So that's the concern. Diesel72 writes in and says, do you think with all the games such as Call of Duty and Battlefield adding the Battle Royale modes, do you think it will take away from the core of those games and just make all the first-person shooters into Battle Royale clones?
I hear ourselves. Somebody's...
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay. So he's afraid that
we'll take away the core of what makes you want to play Battlefield 1, what makes you want to play Titanfall. I mean, let's look at a game like Titanfall. What makes you want to play a Call of Duty? Will it turn them all into just Battle Royale clones?
There is a possibility because...
Overwatch. You're a big Overwatch guy. What if they add a Battle Royale mode?
I don't think Overwatch... A, I don't think Overwatch would do that. And B, the Overwatch people that play Overwatch, it's a very Counter-Strike kind of crowd, right?
Sure.
I think Overwatch just absorbed Counter-Strike anyways, right? Yeah. So I think that's their style okay. I don't think they're going to lose Overwatch. A game Fortnite is a really great example because you had a completely different style of game that they originally came out with that a lot of people enjoyed, but I see complaints from them now because they're not getting as much updates, or the lobbies are completely empty now.
Sure.
So Fortnite has 2 game modes, right? They have the Battle Royale and then the normal game that they came out with, the Save the World mode.
Uh-huh.
That is almost barren and empty now. So I guess that is a concern. If people are not just playing it, you're going to run out of lobby space, or not run out of lobby space. It's just going to be H1Z1 is another example. They made a Battle Royale game, and it completely overshadowed to the point where they made them 2 separate games because they had nobody playing their core game.
Yeah.
They were all playing the King of the Kill, which is their Battle Royale style game. So, yeah,
it's definitely
going to kill a lot of the games because, I don't know. Here's the problem with that. I see that point of view. I also see that Battle Royale, the genre, is very fun.
And look at the different modes that you can throw in, the different variety that you can throw in, the events that you can throw in there with it. Let's reverse that. Let's reverse that real quick. What if these big time publishers, these big brand names, Call of Duty, Battlefield, we'll even throw in a Titanfall, right? Let's throw in a Counter-Strike for that matter, or an Overwatch.
Yeah.
Could they take away from they have that, plus they have all these other game modes. Fortnite just has Battle Royale. Will they take away from a Fortnite or a PUBG? Do they have that power? Red Dead Redemption. I guarantee you Red Dead Redemption is going to have a Battle Royale mode. Well, actually, we already know. The rumors came out that's most likely true.
Actually, we know because of rumors.
We know because of rumors, and rumors are true. No, but could the reverse happen where these games overshadow the games that started it? It's already happened with PUBG and Fortnite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even this isn't the news that we haven't discussed. Call of Duty has, the rumors are that they're not even going to have a single player campaign.
Yeah, Black Ops. No single player campaign.
Multiplayer only. That's the rumor.
Which is very Call of Duty like.
Honestly, it's still kind of rumor that Battlefield and then we'll have. I mean, the companies have not officially announced anything.
Oh, it's
this
coming.
is just through the grapevine of the internet.
It's coming. They're a company. They would be dumb not to do it. I would do it. Wouldn't you do it? I would do it.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Hell, I expect Madden next year to have a Battle Royale mode when it comes out. Madden Ultimate Team.
Could you do that?
You could you select a character.
Oh, right. I got some shin pads.
Yes, I got Tom Brady. You'd just be really slow. You'd be screwed as Tom Brady.
You're doing the players? Yeah. No, it's... I don't know. I can see the concern, but, I mean, we had this discussion in Discord I think it was yesterday, about Call of Duty and the single-player campaign being axed.
Yeah.
Right?
Reportedly.
Yeah.
So.
Rumor
mill.
has it. So, here's the deal with that. I haven't played a single-player campaign from when I played Call of Duty. I'm not fanatical like I used to be with that. But I had played many, many Call of Duties, and the only campaign I played was Modern Warfare, which is Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
I did play World at War for the campaign, but I didn't play it to play the campaign. You had to unlock zombie mode by beating the campaign.
Yeah.
So I was forced to play it, which I still, appreciate it. I mean, Call of Duty campaigns are very Michael Bay-ish and very fun, but I would not have played it if I didn't need to unlock something, right?
Yeah.
So my argument in Discord was the fact that they can see the numbers, and I guarantee you it's got to be a ridiculous imbalance between those Call of Duty players that play the campaign versus that play the multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
And they can see those, right?
Yeah.
And so if, let's say, this is just an estimation. Let's say 95% of the fanatical Call of Duty players, and when I mean that, I mean the players like I was, because that's all you play, right? You go into multiplayer, and you play that's all you play. Because when I was doing it, I felt like I didn't have time to play the campaign.
Oh, okay.
Because how they have that set up, the RPG, carrot on a stick, the progression, the leveling up of your weapons. You feel when a new Call of Duty game comes out, you feel like you don't have time to play any other game or even the campaign, right?
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, that 95% of players just play multiplayer, 5% play campaign. When you're the developer, you're seeing those numbers and you're saying, well, okay, let's think about this. Should we put a whole team on developing a campaign and put all this amount of money into this if it's only going to be, X amount of dollars? They'll probably go on, well, will we take a lot of, publicity problems with this? Maybe we'll be, oh no, they don't have a campaign. I'm not buying this game for a week and then people will buy it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're going to take all that to an account. And I'll be honest, if I was them, the campaign doesn't sell. It's the multiplayer that sells Call of Duty.
Well, and
right?
you got to think resources too. Like, I mean, it's you don't just slap a campaign together.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what
it's a huge investment.
So
to
if you
do that.
take that team and refocus them on, say, a battle royale mode or a multiplayer mode, think of how much better Plus, honestly, I think with Call of Duty you can innovate a lot more now because you have full resources on multiplayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't get mad at a developer if they want to focus all their resources on one mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just. I mean, it's hard. If you like the campaign and you're not getting the campaign, I mean
that does suck.
That sucks, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to think their perspective. No one plays.
Yeah.
Like virtually no one plays their campaign.
I'm sure there's people out there that buy it just for the campaign, but the vast majority
Yeah.
buy it for multiplayer.
And like Spock says, the need of the many outweigh the need of the few.
Wants of the
right?
few. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. So,
But again,
let's go with this because Call of Duty. Do you think Call of Duty does it best as far as competitive multiplayer, carrot on a stick?
No, Call of Duty. I mean that formula. It's a perfective formula. The problem is, the formula really hasn't changed for 7 years.
Sure.
For me,
But let's take that formula
Okay.
and now they take their formula and they apply a battle royale mode to it
Yeah,
with that
that's-
same carrot on a stick. Do you not think that Call of
That's
Duty
powerful.
wins? I mean, I don't see how it doesn't.
That's.
I mean, it depends on how fun the battle
if
royale
you-
mode, right?
Because Call of Duty, the carrot on a stick there is, if I get a better weapon, I will do better.
Yeah.
That you unlock through experience, through wins, through whatever it is, amount of kills you've got with that specific weapon, such and such. You have your challenges. If they add that to battle royale,
How don't they win? I mean, that's
yeah. So you would have to play because you're wanting to. I need to kill 3 people with this pistol, and then this weapon will appear on the map. That's pretty. I mean, you could argue that may not be balanced or what. Who cares about that at this point? That's how Call of Duty is.
Yeah.
You want to try to have the edge, and if they throw that in there, they're throwing. So the game is already really addictive.
Yeah.
Right. They're throwing in crack into. They're throwing just hardcore drugs into this addiction. That's what that would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there was a comment earlier in chat that said they were surprised that the Call of Duty engine can handle a battle royale mode. But that's my point. When you take if you take with the campaign team, all those programmers, and have them focus on revamping your engine, you know what I mean? Like, when you're, I don't know. It doesn't bother me mostly because I don't. I'm with you. Last campaign I played was Modern Warfare 2. You know what I mean?
Even here's my thing. And this is where I see Fortnite obviously is king, then PUBG, and those might swap. I don't know. I don't see it happening anytime soon. Just the breakneck speed that Fortnite is going with events and everything that's happening. But what I do see, look at how much fun we have in Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Just together. And why do we have so much fun in that game? The sound, the graphics, the intensity, just some dude screaming because he's on fire behind you while stuff's blowing up around you and trees are falling down and planes are in the sky. Take that experience and throw it into a battle royale mode. How does that not
It's
win?
pretty powerful.
That like you already have very established awesome formulas that you throw this incredibly popular mode over. I just see it.
Well, the thing is these games that are already established, like Call of Duty, Halo, and Battlefield, you're just adding an additional game feature. I mean, you really got nothing to lose other than your time of development. You know what I mean?
Here's the deal, though. This is kind of the problem.
Yeah.
Because it is such. Let's talk about the hardcore drugs. It is such a hardcore addiction.
Yeah.
You know, it is such a good
One,
game
if you do it
mode.
right.
You're going to take away all those other lobbies, and people will just play that. Right? That's the concern here, right?
Yeah.
And
concern. But the thing is, I don't think deathmatch or team deathmatch will ever die. I mean, I think people are all, you know what I mean? Now, as for your like more like, I don't know, kill confirmed, stronghold type game modes, maybe, but
what about a Halo? Could a Halo survive in that universe in a battle royale?
Oh, I definitely think. I mean, look at
H1Z1 survived until it was killed off by another battle royale mode. I mean,
well, if you think of what Warzone is, I mean, it's
Warzone is.
It's not battle royale, but it's kind of the basic. You know, it's the structure's there. Your bigger maps, your bigger team. You know. Just make everybody their own free for all.
Yeah, so Oz Bundy says getting a better weapon doesn't mean you will do better. A lower skill player with a good weapon will still get beaten by a better skill player. Yeah, I get that. Okay, I understand that, but it's
still the draw.
It's the mentality. That's the hook. That's this weapon looks way more OP. I will do better, and so that's why you're addicted to that style.
It's the grind.
The grind. Yeah, you want that, right? So it's such a good game mode. I can see that being a concern that it'll dry out other lobbies.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you have tons of game modes in your game, but I mean, like I said, I don't ever see.
Do you
team
think
deathmatch
so? For
or anything
instance,
like that
what
going
is
over.
the most popular game right now? Fortnite, right? By far. Do you think?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Minecraft when you talk pure sales numbers, but it's been around longer, so it's got to be Fortnite.
I would say,
it's
right
trending
now,
upward the fastest.
Right now, Fortnite's it. Yeah.
Fortnite is king. Okay, what is number 2? Do you think in the first-person shooter genre?
Well, I mean, you would have to put Battlefield or Call of Duty up against each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Overwatch up there, maybe
Overwatch
too?
is up there, but it's the 4th place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just see how developers not. I mean, I think even Overwatch, Blizzard, with all of its power, will at least have an event that is battle royale. Why not? I mean, can you imagine what Overwatch would do? With that, maybe it's a team battle royale, so you still got to work together as your team, but you go a battle royale mode.
Has Blizzard does, I guess. I mean, they did that with the MOBA style with Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah,
but they don't really jump on things as quickly as.
Yeah. Well, right now Blizzard, Steve, the stuff guy, is sitting in the back room.
Steve is the stuff guy. Yeah,
he's the stuff guy now. Fred got fired.
Yeah.
He was in charge of the 2.0 update for Heroes that I despise.
Yeah. Steve is sitting in the back room over at Blizzard thinking, here's this mode. Everybody loves it. How do we make it better? Let's StarCraft this Command and Conquer.
Oh, well, I'm sure. I mean,
what they're...
Blizzard's powerful, and I guarantee you Blizzard has multiple games in development that are just they're doing things, you know.
So every time I say something, I feel like people are arguing against me. Beast 420 in chat. Really, Overwatch 4th feels like so many friends list on Xbox and PS4 keep going to Overwatch.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Overwatch is a bad game. That wasn't a rating scale. That was sheer numbers scale, right?
Well, yeah, but I think what he's saying is all of his. I mean, everybody on his friends list is playing that. But numbers wise, I mean, Call of Duty is still
Duty,
key.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Call
gotta
of
be.
Duty, and then Battlefield.
And then Battlefield probably, and then Overwatch.
But see, Fortnite is in front of those now because it's free to play.
Yeah.
So
No,
you
that's
have
true.
to by the sheer number factor, Beast. So that's what I meant by that, not by personal preference or
Overwatch might. I mean, Overwatch at any given time, like when a new character comes out, I'm sure trade spaces.
Oh, it's a powerhouse,
with like
yeah.
a Battlefield or even a Call of Duty.
I mean, I play that way more than I play any of the other first-person shooters,
Yeah.
right? Now that's my jam. I love Overwatch.
But when you're talking sheer numbers,
Yeah.
Call of Duty does take a nice share of that pie.
Okay, yeah. I'm now talking to him on the show. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Anyways,
Beast, gotcha.
it's an interesting question. Thank you very much, Diesel, for writing that in. It's good.
That's a good question, and there's always a concern. All right.
Here's my concern. I will tell a concern as we're sitting here talking. That it just everybody moves to that, and we don't get anything else. I mean, I know that it all game modes they get big, and then eventually the next game comes out or the next innovation comes, and then that gets big. But this is just this got so big so fast it feels overwhelming.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to move to it. You know they are. And then that will be overwhelming. I don't think the question is what's the next version of a game to come out. I think the question now is what's the next game to take over the Battle Royale genre. I don't think Fortnite will stay in first. And maybe it does. I mean, maybe they just innovate the crap out of it.
You're so far ahead right now.
They're doing the Microsoft in the 80s strategy where they just give computers to elementaries for free, and then kids learn Windows.
Yeah.
Therefore, they grow up with Windows. Therefore, when they have jobs, they tell their bosses they want Windows, and all the programs are, it's such a brilliant strategy to go for the kids, right?
Yeah.
The fact that it's free to play, and then all the little wee ones, all the younglings, as Obi-Wan would say, the younglings, they are all hooked to this game, right? That's Fortnite was a first mover advantage to the younger generation of gamers for the Battle Royale mode. So I think they have, it's kind of the Nintendo strategy to an extent, right?
Yeah.
They're going for younger gamers. It also has an appeal to older gamers like us because, it's a really fun game, but that's the strength. That's what H1Z1 did not do. That's what PUBG is not doing because it's much more of a complicated game than the simple Fortnite.
Yeah.
And it's free to play. So I think Fortnite is going to be around for a long time just because they hooked the younger generation of gamers.
Yeah.
And so that's hard to crack, right?
Yeah.
It's
a
like
Call
Minecraft.
of Duty, a Battlefield definitely could do that. And I think one of those.
But you have to pay money for those games. That's why they don't.
That's true.
Kids can get this for free.
Maybe they go to the free-to-play model. Call of Duty free-to-play.
Free-to-play. How would that go? Another gold chest from Battlefield, those things that piss you off because you never get them.
Let's move to our true achievements. Great discussion, guys. If you would like to compare yourself, if you're an achievement hunter, if you'd like to compare yourself to the rest of the community, head over to trueachievements.com. Search for the X1Bros leaderboard. I think I don't know what our number is. We're like 350, maybe close to 400 on the leaderboard. Every week. It resets every 7 days. Every week we go over our top 5 players. Here are our top 5 players. Jody Mack, I think Jody Mack is a glitch because that is a way high gamer score. If not, good job, Jody Mack. But I hear when that happens, it's a glitch. Chin Doctor, Ryan H93 came in third. Congratulations.
Nice. Very nice.
By the way, I should call him out. He subbed right as we started the show.
Oh, thank you very much, Ryan.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, brother.
There you go. You got your acknowledgement. I think he wanted that.
We got to get we need an intimate cam. We need an intimate
but we
cam
can't
for the
do
three
it
of us.
Can we do it during the show?
No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work for those listening in the car.
We just
on their
put
way to
on
work.
Barry White.
Yeah, thank you, baby.
Ryan H93 came in third. Good job. Hades Wood is in the house in fourth. And JS 11. Congratulations, guys.
Very cool.
That's our top 5 in our achievement hunting leaderboards. Every week, 7 days, it resets. Go and join us. X1Bros, trueachievements.com. Join our leaderboard there and compare yourselves to the community.
Dude, check ours, man.
Oh, have you been achievement hunting?
No.
Jordan?
I raked him in last night.
Last
Raked
night. On purpose?
Last night. No, not on purpose.
I got a bunch
Not on
too.
purpose.
I got a
Check this
bunch
out.
because all my Sea of Thieves ones.
That's
finally
what
popped.
I logged into Sea of Thieves last night, and 9 of them just popped up, and they just kept going, and because they finally pushed him through. So then you might be you might be up there
gonna
too.
be between-
yeah.
it's
And
gonna
I
be
logged
between
in
me and
last night, so it's gonna count. But
McSpicy.
you gotta log in, man.
McSpicy probably got them earlier on.
No,
I
because they
hadn't
were
played for a couple weeks.
We had them all. Yeah, but
They
we
just
had
didn't
them all.
pop.
They're just not popping.
Because they
Number 1,
Yeah,
suckers.
but
Number
look at that.
1.
See, it's 11.
Jordan
from
number
Sea of
2. Spice. So ready? Here goes. We're going over just the achievement number. I've got 20 this month so far. Jordan's got 14 achievements. McSpicy has 2. You have 2. I'm not laughing at you. It's just because you play games where there's really no achievements.
Fortnite.
McSpicy next week's going to have 45.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's the face.
I think he just bought Cube 2.
It's over. Here he goes.
were they rare? Because I had a rare one pop.
Well, all our Sea of Thieves ones were rare.
All of our Sea of Thieves ones are rare. That's why our true achievement score is pretty good
big,
looking
yeah.
there. That is too funny. And with that, let's get this show on the road. An hour and 12 seconds in. Let's get this show on the road. Jordan, tell us some cool things that are happening in the Xbox One world this week.
Let's talk about some stuff.
Oh, talking about it.
So, Fortnite, I mean, we were already talking about it. Might as well start out with it.
Yeah.
They got a lot of things going on this weekend. They have Double XP weekend,
Yep.
which is this weekend. So it's April 20th right now. So this weekend, all through the weekend, Double XP. They got 50v50 going on this weekend as well.
Funnest game mode
Yeah,
I have played
I
in
might
a
have to
long
jump.
time.
I might have to jump.
I
on
actually
you
played
guys
it today for the first time as well. I got
In my loft.
Yeah,
You
I
went up
got
to the
a,
gaming
I got
Oh.
a, I got a sniper shot in.
I love it when I get knocked on the door at 1 p.m. with Jordan saying, "Hey, can you play?" He came to my house. Can you play? Yeah, a couple of Fortnite.
You came over to his house.
Well,
at 1 in the morning?
no.
Today.
In the afternoon.
1
I
p.m.
stopped by because I was on my
And
way.
he's like, "I brought a candy bar."
I was on my way home doing a few things, and I stopped by because I wanted to check my Xbox.
Yeah.
And then we just happened to jump into the Fortnite because my Xbox was being, how it's
We're trying to-
crashing. So I was like, well, let's narrow things down. Let's see if it
Yeah.
does it on other Xboxes, and if it's just my profile, all that stuff.
So let me ask you this: Fortnite Double XP is here. McSpicy, you purchased points. I don't know exactly what you purchased, but you purchased basically
V-Bucks,
V-Bucks.
or whatever they are.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
the money. It's your Disneyland dollars, your Mickey Mouse dollars
Yeah.
to buy
skins and such.
skins. Yeah,
Was that worth it in your mind? Do you think that was worth it?
yeah.
Oh man,
What's this?
Well, the game's free to play.
They Fortnite, their stuff guy, nailed. He got with Lloyd the accountant, and they're like, okay, let's not just make this. Let's just not make people buy money. Let's make cool. The formula that they made for that game blows my mind.
Whoa.
Because I spent $100 on just the V-Bucks. I paid after I was thinking about it because I forgot how much it cost. So I spent $100 for 13,000 V-Bucks. So I bought a freaking bow backpack. It's just a bow backpack for 2,000 V-Bucks.
Sure.
Because I'm thinking, I have plenty, right? That's $20. I
Whoa.
just spent $20 for a stupid bow backpack, but my brain doesn't. That's the Disney.
It doesn't work that way.
That's the Mickey Mouse
So
dollars
double
mentality.
XP weekend in Fortnite. What does that mean for V-Bucks?
Nothing.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
No.
It's just basically they have.
I mean, you can level up faster, which will give you more stars, which can give you 100 V-Bucks, but only in increments up to
But
it's
that's
not,
if you have the battle pass. Which
if you have
costs
the battle
V-Bucks
pass, yeah.
anyways to
Oh,
get.
okay.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't. I mean, it doesn't do much.
just levels you up more.
you get more XP. Yeah.
They're probably just doing it for the last push before season 3 ends and they start season 4, so
But
everybody
see,
can get the John
this
Wick
is something.
skin.
This is how Fortnite's genius. It really doesn't do much, but now we're all going to play Fortnite because it's double
XP weekend. 50 versus 50. 2 teams of 50.
and that is really fun.
Yeah. Also, Fortnite is set to release in China.
Oh, that's going to be
That's
huge.
a giant market. The worry is cheating. Apparently, there's a lot of issues with cheating in China. with
Chinese
games.
cheaters. Those Chinese cheaters.
So-
That's our China.
No, just with hacks and stuff like that.
So we talked
but,
about this already, but Call of Duty Black
yeah,
Ops,
so,
not a single player mode.
Rumored.
Campaign.
Rumored,
How do we feel about that, Jordan? You don't have a problem with it. You appreciate
well,
them
I mean,
spending more time
the thing.
on the.
Well, I mean, I can never get mad at a developer that says, "Hey, we want to focus on this."
Sure.
And when it comes to Call of Duty, I think multiplayer is their bread and butter. It's just like Assassin's Creed. Single player is their bread and butter. So on Origins and Syndicate, they focus solely on single player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't get mad at them for that. And like we talked about, I don't think the numbers are there for the campaign. I mean, and it takes a lot of resources and money. So
Yeah.
if you can put those
Well,
resources,
it takes money. Because I mean, the argument against they could just. Because I remember we talked about this years ago with Titanfall. Because this is the same thing that happened to Titanfall.
Yeah.
We would argue, well, it's okay because why not just have something people are only going to play the campaign or only going to play the multiplayer in a game like this. Then we had people in our community that were like, well, no, because of budgets. You just add more money to the budget and then you can do whatever you want. And that's the strategy is just add more money. But here's the deal with that, I guess. they can save a lot of money by not doing a campaign and still make just as much.
Yeah.
So
your profit margin increases.
They're min-maxing their profit margins.
That's all they're doing. Just min-maxing.
Not to mention, if you take that team and focus all on multiplayer and come out with a mind-blowing, like let's say they have a whole new engine, a whole new, like the system's completely, like if you just come out and nail it, right? People are going to buy it regardless, right?
Yeah.
Good games sell.
That's true.
That's just how it works.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So and this is all just,
good games sell. Great games sell V-Bucks.
The Fortnite model is they're good, man. I've never spent money on a free-to-play game besides Hearthstone, which is different because when they bring a DLC out, my brain is okay. I'll just support this developer kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, this is just I think it was Polygon was close to one of the developers or something like that. But it's not confirmed yet. So take it as you will. The internet being the internet, but I wouldn't make any drastic changes.
Conclusions.
Yeah, until we hear from Treyarch or Activision. Is it Treyarch making this year's rendition? I think it is because they're in charge of the Black Ops series, aren't they? Anyway, or Activision.
Interesting fact. This is what I find interesting. We talk about the popularity of a Fortnite. We talk about the popularity of PUBG. But Rainbow Six quietly continues to set records.
Yep, they hit their biggest number, and this is registered players on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, 30 million.
Jeez, yeah. See, they're a powerhouse.
They really are.
Now,
I'll tell you what.
When you say registered, I haven't played in a while, but I'm probably still a registered user.
Player.
You know what I mean? So I guess
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
It doesn't say active, right? But still, I like that game, and it's a good game. But 30 million. That's 30 million sales.
Yeah,
that
is.
Yeah,
at least
They're such.
ish.
They're coasting on the sideline right there, and they're just a.
Sometimes
they're
it's good to be
Again,
number two.
it shows you like they're
no one's paying attention. You just make your move.
They don't have battle royale, but what draws you there is the competitiveness. You know what I mean?
They won't ever. That game mode is perfection.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch stream. You understand it. And the intensity, every game match there is so fun because of how intense it is.
It's nuts.
Well, and I think that's why, I don't know.
I will say this:
but
my personal preference, I do love a battle royale mode. I think it's tons of fun. I think this is funner because the intense, granted, it'll stress the crap out of you.
Well,
it can get intense.
It's intense too.
Well, the thing is,
not in the same
Well, no, I think it is. It's just what you're passionate about, what you prefer. I think.
Well, because here's the thing, the Rainbow Six style.
Rainbow Six is a lot more precision, I think, than Fortnite.
Well, but no, it's not even that. It's Rainbow Six style. You're either attack or defense, and if you're defense, you're sitting waiting, you're boarding up your houses. And that gets my blood.
You hear the footsteps
through the roof. One
that's,
shot kill.
I don't know. I think I disagree. I think it's whatever game you like more, it's going to be more intense to you. Because you can do that same thing with Fortnite because you can build up and
but here's the thing.
up.
Here's the thing. What's the average match of a Rainbow Six? It's probably 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's instant from get one in both Fortnite and PUBG. If you're
not very good,
you're looking for stuff at first. That's not so intense. When you first play, it's intense.
You don't want to get stuck with a white submachine gun. You don't want to get stuck with that. So you're running everywhere as fast as you can, looking as fast as you can, and then you have to fight. And I would say I'm more comfortable playing Rainbow Six, just because I'm used to it. Just because it's more. I don't feel so, stressed. Yeah. But in Fortnite, when you're going a one-on-one with somebody that knows what you're doing, you're panicking. It's almost a panic mode kind of thing. Yeah. It's more. I feel Fortnite is more stressful. Maybe it's because I have a lot less hours played in a third-person shooter versus a first-person shooter.
Well, Rainbow Six too. You got to think a team. You're on a team. You don't want to let your team down. You don't want to be the noob squad. Your squad. Yeah, I don't know. It's just.
I think it's personal preference.
That formula, regardless, that formula nails it clearly.
It's games. This is why I don't worry about other games coming out with Battle Royale mode because
this one won't.
This game, well,
Rainbow
I mean,
Six won't. It doesn't need to.
This game and games like Overwatch, their niche is their game mode. You know what I mean?
That's
That's what brings the
That's a
people
great
in,
point.
right? So
Yeah.
that's why. Anyway,
Congratulations to Ubisoft and Rainbow Six. I mean, it's well deserved. That's a good game.
are you max level in Terra yet?
No.
Are you, Mark?
I haven't even opened up.
No, I haven't
Well,
opened it up.
then you can't play this next one. Because this
There's a
next
new
one,
mode,
yeah,
right?
there's a new Battle Royale. No, I'm just kidding. Runius Manor is a new dungeon for Terra. It's a max level dungeon. You have to be level 65, and I believe you have to have a certain gear score as well. Let me find that. Anyway, there's requirements. It's a max level dungeon. Very cool. It's out. You can go do it if you meet the requirements, which there's a gear score requirement, and then max level, of course, level 65. But very cool. So already got some new stuff coming
Terra.
from Terra.
Could you play Terra on the PC?
Yes.
Have you played it on the Xbox yet?
Yes.
Is it better on the Xbox? The same?
Well, I mean,
improved.
it
Does
was so
get
long
close
ago.
to ESO?
It was. I mean, I like ESO,
Yeah. So
but
what's your preference
I like
right now?
Terra. I probably lean a little bit more towards ESO,
Yeah.
but I like Terra.
So you put them in the same class, even.
Well, all MMOs. I like MMOs, so they all have kind of a special spot
Okay. Okay.
with me,
Sure.
except for some. But
All of them have a special spot in my heart, except for some of them,
no, I mean,
which don't.
I don't know if there's like an. I don't know. Because I really like MMOs a lot. I don't know if there's actually one that I outright dislike. But yeah.
Speaking of free to play,
Oh yeah, PUBG is also free to play this weekend.
PUBG,
Going head to head
free to
with
play this weekend.
head to head with Fortnite.
yeah. Here's my
Okay, go for it.
my philosophy here. My hypothesis. I think this is
Your slogan?
This is a weather balloon. They're throwing up. Blue Hole says, let's throw our weather balloon up in the air.
By the way, they do Terra as well.
Blue Hole does.
Mhm.
Wow, good for them. Man.
Okay,
Blue
they're throwing
hole.
up the weather balloon.
Yeah.
Weather balloon. Free to play weekend. Let's see what this does to our player base. Does it jump it way up? If so, this will they'll go they are going to go free to play. They have to. They're going to go free to play. What they'll do is they'll go this is my prediction. What they'll do is go free to play, and if you bought the game so you don't feel screwed, you get some special skin.
Huh?
That's automatically unlocked for you. So this is their weather balloon, free to play. Their numbers are going to bump up so much. Shoot the weather balloon out of the air. Boom. That will be their deciding factor.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going
Well,
free
and
to play.
what's pretty cool is it's actually, if you want to jump in and try it out, the new map's not out, but it's coming out next month. Miramar for the Xbox. It's out on the PC. But
I've
it's
been
coming
watching people
out-
play on the PC.
Yeah, it's the desert map. It's coming out on the Xbox next month.
Looks
so
like fun.
jump in and try it, and then you can come back next month.
But
and,
I think that's what's happening. This is their weather balloon test. Go free to play, and I think when they do go free to play, number one, it's inevitable. Number two, those who have played will be rewarded with some kind of skin. I mean, what makes us feel good? Some $30 skin, maybe a bow backpack or something. That's we pay $30 for.
Well, they need, yeah. But I didn't realize I was spending that much money. It was just 2,000 V-Bucks.
It's inevitable. They have to go free to play. It's the only way to pull in
yeah.
to compete with numbers wise. And this is that first test for that.
But I mean, they're still hitting numbers at a paid price. So
That is true.
Because
I mean, it's not bad being
5
second.
million on
It's-
Xbox.
It's not bad being second place where everybody pays $30 for your game.
Yeah, and that's
It's
5
pretty-
million.
it's pretty
just,
good.
5 million just on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you still got your PC to
Having said that, Fortnite
Yeah,
has
that's-
people like Mark that are dropping $100 on V-Bucks.
That's right.
Because of the everything is good in that game.
Yeah. I think
Everything is good.
So even in fact, Project Darwin Project.
That's going free to play, isn't
Okay,
it?
Melif, it's free to play on PC. By the 24th of April, it would be free to play on Xbox One.
Hey, look at that. Will it still be in the preview program?
I believe I
Well,
would imagine
and
it is.
So what are they doing for people that bought it then?
they're giving
I hope-
legendary loot.
There we
Oh.
go. I got legendary loot.
Yeah,
See? That's
it's
and that's
the
exactly
founders pack.
You
Nice.
you have to. The genre demands it.
Yeah.
Unless you're Call of Duty or Battlefield, and then
Then you
I
make
don't-
money
I
no
don't
matter
know-
what you
I
do.
don't know what you.
You wake up and piss greatness.
You wake up and find $1 million under your mattress. I don't know. Anyways, PUBG free to play.
big one.
Monster Hunter World's
Yeah,
got a new
they're
event.
it's this is a big
Oh,
one.
this game is calling my name. Have you watched this event? Have you watched this?
Yes,
Oh,
Kaluv Taroth
he's gold.
update.
He's gold.
He's an elder dragon.
It's an elder
You
dragon.
are going in to fight an elder dragon, and check this out. Look at his armor set. Very
gold.
pretty.
Oh,
Very
Wow.
Oh,
He's I guess he's a tough fight. You're not gonna just beat him in 5-10 minutes. I
Or
guess
by
there's a couple
yourself,
phases
no.
and stuff. Like it's a tough fight. Very cool. The event's going on right now, I believe. Be sure to check it out.
This game is calling my name. Back.
It was such a fun game.
It is.
It's really the fantasy Destiny loot grind, right?
It's the
Shared world fantasy Destiny, right?
Yeah.
It's Destiny is sci-fi.
If Destiny
Monster
is
Hunter
your
is
fantasy, then this is Destiny's fantasy.
Yeah.
It just blew my mind. It's a fantasy
This is like
within a fantasy.
the early days. Yeah.
It's a fantasy
anyway,
within a fantasy.
It's a very fun. It's a loot game, right?
Oh man.
It's not a looter shooter. It's a looter slasher
It's a looter.
slash bow and arrow.
Well, yeah.
It's a looter monster killer.
It's a monster counter.
It's a third.
It's a monster killer looter.
Excuse me. A monster looter
Killer.
killer. Yeah.
It's a slower paced Diablo.
Yeah, there you go. With bigger monsters.
Bigger monsters. No.
Sea of Thieves. They're actually having a ginormous update over the
Gigantor.
summer.
I believe it's called Gigantor Patch.
Gigantor patch.
Yes.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, I was like, wow, that's pretty good. So,
Gigantor.
Gigantor Patch.
so they're having basically they kind of laid out their plans for their DLCs, which will all be free, by the way. Well,
Oh, yeah.
at least the ones we're talking about right now, anyway. There's going to be one called the Hungering Deep. Ooh. It will add a new AI threat to the
Yes.
world, as well as a number of new mechanics and some unique rewards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Basically, we're going to be getting a bounty system, and AI ships are coming, and new ships.
Yeah, which is very cool. So you might be out there. Ooh, hey, look!
Oh, here comes the pirate. Here comes Davy Jones. He's going to
Yeah.
blow us out of the water. And I bet you those AI ships will be good at shooting you with cannons.
Yes.
Because that's hard to do.
Yeah, that is hard.
It's very hard to do.
But the next, so they're having a new boat coming out. We don't know what the boat is, but new
I hope
boat,
it's a schooner. So we have the Sloopy Slop. I want a schooner.
a schooner, a
Or,
dinghy.
you know what I want?
I want a
dinghy.
rowboat.
I want a rowboat too.
Yeah.
I want a rowboat. That
I want
you
a
could just
motorboat.
that you could deploy.
Like a boat with a motor. Actually, that'd be hilarious.
No, I want a
Does that
rowboat.
exist in that time period?
It could.
I want.
Why not?
Also, one thing that they're bringing out in the future. I don't know if this is with the next patch. Sorry, I get them all confused. But another thing that they're bringing out with Sea of Thieves is a 6-man ship.
Ooh,
so you'll have
it's dirty.
a 2-man, a 4-man, 6-man ship.
I think that was
Really
called the
looking-
Titanic.
Really looking forward to the 6-man ship.
So sorry, the first update, which will have the new ship type, is
Okay.
going to be Cursed Sails, which another
Okay,
cool
there
name.
we go.
I mean, you got the coolest names here.
There's
Cursed
pirates.
Sails will be the
Everything's
first one.
cool about
This is
pirates.
all coming during the summer. So you got Cursed Sails, which will do a new ship, and then you got the second DLC, which will be Forsaken Shores, which will add a perilous new part to the world. So we'll have a new section
new
of the world to
maps.
go to. Yeah. So Rare is also planning to run weekly events, which will begin with the Hungering Deep. So maybe more Kraken-like.
I feel like
things,
this
or-
game is just developing before our eyes like a young child with so much potential.
Yes.
It's beautiful to watch.
Very cool.
It's great to experience.
Also, last on the list, which we kind of already talked about as well, DICE is reportedly working on a Battle Royale.
Because
mode.
of course they are.
I mean, why not? I mean, again, they're another company that's big enough to have a couple. Their R&D department is just making games, right?
Their R&D
And that's a good
department
R&D department.
is the equivalent of everybody else's normal studio.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like Blizzard. You ever think like what their R&D department does? Like you go downstairs and you're like, oh, there's like 9 new games.
Cure
we're
cancer.
gonna-
They cure cancer.
They cure cancer.
They have a whole medical wing. I wonder how many ideas and games are made that aren't released at
Oh,
that
tons,
Blizzard complex.
dude.
Yeah, and
Sounds
I
like-
wonder like if like really good games
Yeah.
are never released, but like inner corporate, the inside team is playing it all the time, but we never see it.
Yeah. Well,
It's so good they don't want to release
if
it.
you, I don't know, you guys ever seen the documentary Looking for Group, which you should, because it's a good one.
It's
Yeah, it's a really good one. But there was a game they talked about that they worked on for years called Nomad that they just axed all of a sudden. Overwatch came from a game that they axed.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, wasn't Overwatch going to be
It was going to be
another
their
World
next,
of Warcraft?
their next MMO, and
Yeah.
they just cut it off, and the team said, fine. Then they made the company millions of dollars. So you don't make that team mad, apparently.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So no, yeah, but I mean, yeah, Activision, EA, Ubisoft, and I'm sure Blizzard, like all these really big AAA developers, I'm sure they got tons of games in development that I'm sure something got canceled today, and then they're working on something new tomorrow. Even Microsoft Studios probably has tons of games in development that are, you don't know about and stuff.
That brings us to the discussion segment of our show. This is the segment of our show where we take your questions. You can submit a question every week over on Facebook.com/X1Bros. If you haven't liked our Facebook page yet, please go do so. It's a great place. We're at 18,500 Facebook likes. It's just a great place to be. Lots of news stories, lots of good discussions. Sometimes there's an occasionally heated debate in the comments there, but it's always a good time.
I did want to say one more thing while we're on the Sea of Thieves story.
Yes,
sorry. The limit for voyages is actually an in-game daily limit. So you can still do as many as you want real life day, but it's in-game where they limit you, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I didn't know that either, which is still not
still good.
Yeah, it's.
I mean that.
I don't know why they did that, but it's still.
First and foremost,
the question.
Justin Thomas writes in, and he asks, after all of your success, this is Freudian slip. He says, after all of your success in the last few years, I'm wondering, so our success as a podcast, the X1Bros, I'm wondering if there are any parts of what you do that has started to feel mundane or stressful now that gaming is like a second career. Has any of the fun of gaming been lost? That is a really good question. I like to go first. That is a really good question. For me, I don't think the fun of gaming has not been lost. It has not, and I think there's a reason. I think the three of us complement each other very well, so we all have our individual roles. So it's not like one man doing everything. So the chance to burn out is not there. But I think it has actually caused me to enjoy gaming to a greater degree. Something that really stressed me out at first was streaming. The mindset it takes to stream and having to multitask. When you first start doing it, you really don't enjoy the games like you're used to. I'm to a point now where I almost enjoy the games more when I'm streaming versus less. So that has only improved. The one part that I do not like, and you guys will agree with me on this because we were talking about it before the show, setup of anything has become the mundane part. So every Friday we come over here, we have to set everything up here before we get going. That's become mundane. We're actually talking about building a studio where we don't have to set up. Because that's become mundane. But as far as the gaming side of things, for me, I'm not going to speak for you guys. But for me, it has not become a job. If anything, I think I enjoy gaming more now as a result. Jordan, how about you? Anything that as we do this more, as we've gained success and notoriety, as you get recognized out in public, anything that's become mundane, that's become stressful?
No, I still like games.
He still likes games.
Good for you.
You heard it here.
I still play them. That's, sometimes people are mean, but, I think that's just life.
That's just the nature of life.
I go to work and people are mean to me, you know what I mean?
But nothing has become...
No, it's just, if anything, it's a little bit more fun because I'm opened up to... I've met a lot of new people, right? Which has been a lot of fun.
I will say the stressful part for me has become that my job gets in the way. Like, that's really... It's like flipped. My job is in the way of this instead of this getting in the way of my job.
But then the Switch came out. And
I bring that to work. And, I've been playing Football Manager.
Well, and what's great is I love that you're in the back office where no one can come see you now. You had the choice between the Sweet House.
I had a corner office with windows. My office now has no windows.
You chose the Professor Snape dungeon to get away from everybody.
That's exactly what I did.
And the reason why is I would have chose it too. You're right. You made the right choice.
Yeah.
Get away from everybody.
My life
bring your game.
has improved substantially over the last week and a half.
You got 3 monitors, 2 computers, and the Switch now. I mean, that's...
And I got an iPad sitting there too.
Yeah, you're just... You got a good setup, man.
McSpicy, how about you? As we've done this, we're on 4 years. I mean, we're on 200, episode number 207. Has anything started to feel mundane or stressful now that gaming is like a second career? Has any of the fun of gaming been lost?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's... I have an interesting life. Okay, well, let's get into this. I'm going to lay down on my couch.
Sure. Therapy session, right here.
Oh, yeah. And that's just... I do things that I love to do for a living. So, and I didn't used to do that. I'm a photographer. I'm a graphic designer, right, in my IRL job. And I started doing that kind of, it was almost a fluke because I would do that as a kid. I would make stupid videos because I'm an editor, a video editor as well. I do all that stuff. I would make stupid videos. I would play with Photoshop. I would do photography. I would do all this stuff just for fun. And one day in my old job, when I worked at a location with a company and everything, I ended up doing that for my job, and it kind of blew my mind that I was doing this for fun.
Sure.
Or not for fun, but for
as a job, as a living,
job,
making money doing
as a living.
And from what I hear, you worked with a pretty awesome guy.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah, that was fun. I have stories of that gentleman.
It's for another show.
That is for another time. But it was so surprising to me, and it's really cool to do something you love for your job, right?
Sure.
This is going to sound like, first world problems speech.
Sure.
But
well, because it is.
yeah, because it is. It's hard to enjoy my work as much as it used to be because it's with the photography and stuff like that. It's almost stressful because I have to deal with deadlines with clients, with all this stuff, and the joy is kind of being taken away a little bit.
Sure.
Because I'm not doing it to relax anymore. I'm doing it because it's my living, and with a job like mine, I have to pay the bills, got to take care of my family, and there's stress that's involved, right?
Yeah.
So I still at least had gaming when this happened.
Sure.
I could always go, okay, I could play games. Now there is a point where it's kind of losing its flavor a little bit because it's more. I feel like it's not as much in the same thing because I really don't. I don't make money from this. This is just for fun, at this point, kind of a thing. But I hope to someday make money, and maybe that's taken away from me. Long story short, sorry this is so long. When your hobbies are kind of taken away from you, it's a mind game as what do I do to relax?
Sure.
Right? And it almost adds stress. That's why I'm picking up cooking.
The cooking.
Yeah, because I need something else in my life other than gaming and my job.
Sure.
Or I will go crazy.
Yeah.
It's a mental...
Mine is the gym.
Yours is
I
the
like
gym?
the gym. I lift things up and put things down. It's very relaxing.
Doesn't take a lot of brain power to do that, right?
Nope.
You can
No
just
brain
rock
power.
Out which, by the way, I love music too. I love getting into music. So.
Sure.
But yeah, it's hard to do that.
So let me ask you this:
it sucks, but
if you didn't have your full-time job and this was full-time, which one day we will be, guarantee it.
Well, one day
we will be. We're trending. We're always trending upwards. The growth that we've seen just in the last year alone blows my mind.
Yeah. If this was it, well, see,
because I think where burnout is the key, right? And I think where burnout comes from is when you're pulled in too many directions, you become overwhelmed, and then nothing sounds fun.
Yeah.
Or as fun.
Yeah, okay.
Is a better way to put it. I've at my job at work, a job which I actually don't mind as much now because I've come to this realization. But I've spent many hours looking up burnout. It's a real mental health thing.
Yeah, I come to the edge of that almost daily.
Yeah. Plus working from home. See, when I go, I'm not at home. So when I go home,
that's different.
Gaming and home is there. You don't have that separation.
Well, that's why I had to make a separate room for gaming because I used to have it in my office where I work.
Yeah.
But
you can't separate them.
You can't. It became the same thing almost.
Yeah,
so it was hard. So I have to, mentally close the door and go take a break and stuff like that. I get it. It's hard. It's interesting. There's a guy I used to watch all the time. His name's Man vs. Game. He's a Twitch streamer. Uh-huh. He had some issues that he explains on his stream and stuff. He was experiencing burnout with gaming.
Yeah, but that dude was doing 24-hour streams.
No, he was doing like 50, 60.
Wasn't he on Adderall or something crazy like to stay awake?
It was really scary though. It was a real scary thing for the guy. And I am a huge fan of Man vs. Game.
Yeah.
I think he's a great person. But when all this came out, he did an 82-hour stream. Whoa. You gotta back it off, kind of thing. It's just scary when somebody does that. But he when he was explaining kind of issues, he's better now. He's
found balance in his life.
He's doing a lot better. But he went on to explain how the human body and the human brain is it's interesting because he was being depressed. He was getting really depressed. This is why he started at one of the reasons, that he said that he started getting into all that Adderall and all that stuff. He said, I was playing video games and listening to good music for a living, and I still became depressed.
Yeah. It's balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's all about life balance. No matter what you do, think about your dream job, whatever it is. Let's say it's surfing all day for fun. You can experience burnout from doing that if you don't balance your life. And that's what positive gaming is. Balance, finding balance between life and gaming. And if gaming is your life, you got to find balance in it still.
That's why I'm starting to cook.
Yeah.
And Jordan actually experienced my cooking today.
Has it helped? Has it helped?
Yeah.
And I know you got in like a pretty regular workout routine that you went on there,
Yeah, it's when my brain and how I do things is I go all in. And it almost I have a hard time with balance, and that in turn makes things harder for me to de-stress.
Yeah.
So it's really important. It's really important to get other things, get hobbies, take breaks. Stay balanced. That's huge.
Anyways, I really like that question, Freudian slip. Thank you very much for sending that in. Where the key in doing this, and I think the reason that we've been able to maintain it for 207 episodes now is because we have, for the most part, I think we're pretty good about balancing balancing gaming, balancing life. If you don't, burnout happens so quick. We've seen it time and time. The average podcast does not make it past 32 episodes, and it's because of burnout.
Yeah.
So, great question. Thank you very much, Freudian slip. Choco Monkey writes in. And he wants to know if they remove loot boxes. So there was a news story that Norway had ruled that so many certain loot boxes were illegal now. You couldn't have them in video games, which I have my own opinion on that. Like, okay, let me just say it. The government should not. So I have to deal with the government in the real world. The government should not be in my fantasy world. There should be no government in my fantasy world. My fantasy world is my fantasy world for a reason. If I choose to spend money in my fantasy world or I buy a loot box in my fantasy world, that's none of the government's business because guess what? It's my fantasy world. Like now the government literally is trying to legislate my fantasies.
Wait, what's happened? I was paying attention to chat.
The Norway ruled that loot boxes are illegal. Certain loot boxes are illegal. And I just think the government has no business in my fantasy.
Government has no business in video games.
Except for the governments created in the video games that you're usually fighting against.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Deus Ex.
Anyways, Deus Ex. Anyways, so that happens. So this is what Choco Monkey's question comes from. Choco Monkey says, if they do remove loot boxes from games, what would you like to see replace loot boxes? He says, for me, I would like to see an in-game store where I can buy what I want without any RNG. McSpicy, you're pretty passionate about the loot box.
That'd break some games if it was like that, though. Yeah, that's a hard one. It depends on the game. Could you imagine if, like a Destiny, you could just buy a Gallahorn? Do you realize that Gallahorn would not be very valuable anymore? It wouldn't just be like.
Well, this is why the government shouldn't legislate my fantasy, because basically it's a slippery slope. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, slippery slope argument. You can't make that." It is a slippery slope argument because RNG is gaming. Like rolling the dice on a board game is RNG.
Yeah.
Everything you do in a video game is RNG. You take that chance away, that opportunity, that risk reward away.
It makes it not very fun.
Guess what? It's no longer a game. You know what that's called? You know what it is when you take away RNG and you're just doing stuff? work. I go to work every day and get paid to do that.
I was gonna say something else. I didn't know.
I didn't know the answer either.
Yeah,
I was like, should I say something?
I was gonna.
It's
say,
called work.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
It's not called gaming.
An answer.
It's called work. So please don't legislate my fantasies.
Yeah.
Well, this is only games like with loot boxes, right? So I mean, I'm thinking of all the games that have loot boxes.
I don't have a problem with loot boxes.
I
really don't.
I mean, if it's done, like for example,
I have a problem.
Overwatch has loot boxes or loot crates, right?
Yeah.
Loot boxes, right? I would prefer going in. I would prefer getting gold from earning gold in game or even buying gold. The Fortnite system. Yeah, I would prefer seeing. Oh, I like that. I will spend money on that.
Yeah,
instead of the
as
random.
it's not weapons, right? As long as
no, like that's why Overwatch is a good. I feel like Overwatch is a good example because
Yeah.
it's all skins, sprays, all that stuff, right? I prefer the system where I can either earn in-game gold or just say, "Oh, that's a cool skin. I will take that." You know what I mean? But I mean, loot boxes they don't break it for me.
So if they have to go away,
game,
though,
right?
what would you have replaced them? Mixed Spicy, any ideas? Do you like you're kind of iffy on the in-store thing that Choco Monkey would like?
Well, because he said didn't he say weapon?
He said where I can buy what I want without an RNG. Didn't say anything about weapons.
Well, I think he's talking like, for example, you take
The
the loot
Fortnite
crates,
system.
and you take the loot crates out of Overwatch and just do like a Fortnite type.
I was
system.
worried about like weapons.
No, yeah, that's why.
I guess if it's done right, I don't know. I don't mind it. Okay, so in the earlier days of loot boxes and stuff, free to play games, all the games sucked. So I was not attracted to the early free to play games because they weren't big developers making them. They were just buggy.
It's kind of
when it was
games.
so transparent, they put these paywalls up.
Yeah.
In the form of
it really
loot
started
boxes
like it was
to
kind
get
of
up there.
mobile phone games that kind of started. It.
Nowadays, like you have a game by Epic Games, right? The people who do Gears of War,
Yeah.
Unreal Engine
guys, right? They make the AAA game, make a free to play battle royale mode. It's AAA. It's very well done. They had their own take on the free to play, their loot box system. It's not loot box. It's Disneyland bucks.
Yeah.
It's Mickey Mouse dollars. And they're making a crap ton of money, and it's a la carte.
And you don't feel jobbed.
I don't. They have good stuff. This is the first game I've ever done. I don't know. Maybe that. So I would agree. That's how I would do it. The Fortnite model.
Choco Monkey, he's got it. He's got it figured. Yeah. He's got it figured out. Diesel72 in chat says, no boxes. He want loot bags instead.
I prefer loot bags as well.
Jordan, do you agree with McSpicy? Is that what you would do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have a issue with loot boxes. I mean, the game's going to correct itself. If you have loot boxes that are pay to win, then generally those games aren't as popular. Yeah. Right?
Well, yeah, so the market will
I mean, it's eventually going to correct itself. And if not,
as long as
you can always count on the government getting involved.
Yeah,
to,
well, that's what
stay out of my fantasy.
That's
Again.
what messes things up.
Well,
you go to like economics classes, and they're like, this is how it's normally, but when something hits it, it's like a weird arc. That's the feds getting involved, making it so you have to.
This whole issue reminds me of the Star Wars debacle.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't care. You guys, people can be mad at me or disagree with me or whatever, but I think the whole like Hawaii senators getting involved, that was just ridiculous. I mean,
well, that was just
publicity. I mean,
publicity.
DICE and EA made a bad decision, and it was fixed before the game even publicly released.
And the reason it was fixed before...
And honestly, what happened, I bet the senator's kid took his credit card and just bought a crap ton of stuff, and then he got mad. Yeah, and that's honestly probably what happened. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
it wasn't
it's
even
just
a senator, it was a state senator.
A state senator, yeah. Yes.
But
not even a real senator.
Don't come out with that state senator stuff.
And where do we put Norway on this? On this chain of command.
So, here's the thing. The reason that DICE fixed it, this is what everybody forgets. The government didn't need to get involved in this because the reason that it got fixed is because gamers had outrage, went to the person and have power. The power is their dollars, and said, all right, we're not going to buy this game. It got tons of bad publicity. They had to fix it. It still probably didn't fully recover from the bad publicity from what they tried to do in the beta. But... anyways, there you go. Moving right along. Great question.
Get
Thank
out
you
of our
so
fantasies.
Much.
That was the bottom line.
Get out of my fantasy. Everyone out of my fantasy.
This is my time. This is when I go to sit down on the John and I want to relax into my fantasy world.
Yes.
You're not allowed.
Next question actually comes from Reset Era. This is from Special Ed. And Reset Era, he writes and says and asks, what single game had a significant impact on your gaming life? He says, not necessarily the favorite game per se, but is there a game that really changed your path, a game that completely reshaped your gaming life? He says for him, it was Mario Kart 64. He had never played those types of games, played it, loved it, started looking into others like it. So not your favorite game, but a game. Is there a game? What single game had a significant impact on your life? I was thinking about this question. I'll go first. I was thinking about this question, and I was going back and going through and say, what affected me the most? And I came down to the game, and it's not my favorite game, not even close to my favorite game, but it set me on a trajectory for the rest of my life. Command and Conquer. Command and Conquer.
The dump trucks
introduced me.
That's how, isn't that how they mined?
Yeah.
There was these big old dump trucks.
Introduced me to real-time strategy games, or it even then parlayed into turn-based strategy, like nothing has before, and set me on a path. I love real-time strategy games. I love all of them. It got me to StarCraft, Ashes of the Singularity. Love real-time strategy games. It was Command and Conquer. I think has had the biggest overall influence on my life. Civilization I got into as a result, which then got me into other things. Sins of a Solar Empire, etc., etc. I think Command and Conquer is that game for me.
Yeah.
Single most impact on my life, probably Command and Conquer. Jordan, how about you? Any game that significantly
the one that
impact your gaming life?
Impacted my. Okay, yeah, I got one. I'll tell you. I kind of have to tell the story of how we got there.
Okay.
So the game that impacted me, it's going to be a surprising one, but it's going to be a good one. So do you remember when BattleNet first came out?
I remember.
So it's not StarCraft. StarCraft's not the game. But
I remember it well.
I remember mind being blown.
Mind blown.
When I was able to play StarCraft our computer was in the kitchen, right? In our kitchen with my neighbor across the street. And then someone would pick up the phone and ruin your experience, because you only had one line. We only had one line back in those days. Which, by the way, my child, as he grows up, I am going to make him experience all of that.
You're going to get him a 56K
I'm going to get him,
modem?
a DSL. If I answer my cell phone, his game will freeze. Like, I think he'll make him appreciate stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
there's something to be said about that.
no, there really is. Because look what technology has done from just you guys are older than me, but just my.
Well, but here's what your kid's going to be like. Your kid is going to be our age. He's going to be continuing on the XoneBros 2070. And he's going to be saying, remember when you were a kid and you only had 1 gig download and upload speed?
Yeah, that
was hell. That was hell.
I don't think.
Do you remember 4K?
Yeah.
You know how crappy that looks now? Like that's what he's
going to have the holodeck by then.
Remember when your TVs were a centimeter wide?
Centimeter
that sucks,
wide.
dude. That
Remember
sucked.
when we put them on the walls?
Oh, that's so archaic.
Yeah,
What are we, cavemen?
I have them implanted now in my eye holes.
So anyway, getting back to that StarCraft. So that sets it up because that I thought that was amazing. So that being said, the first game or the game that really changed my gaming experience was Ghost Recon.
Oh.
And let me tell you, one of the older Ghost Recons, because let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
David bought an Xbox. The
Oh, yeah.
original one.
Yeah.
And he plugged in that weird Ethernet cord thing.
Yeah, this was Xbox Live. Like day one, I had Xbox Live.
And what he did is we went into his room, and like a good big brother, he nestled the headset on our head. And I remember him saying, "Hey, here, come to talk to our cousin Alex."
Oh, yeah.
in England. And I'm like, no.
Anyway,
I went up to him in the game, and he was sitting in a corner, and I said hello, and he said hi, and I was like,
I believe he said hello, Jordan.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa, and
Jordan.
I'm like, I'm not talking to you on the phone, like I'm talking to you through this machine, right? And then I said, shoot your gun, and he said, okay, I'm pulling the right trigger. He pulled the right trigger, and his gun fired. That blew my mind.
Yeah,
like. I went from playing with someone across the street to playing with someone across the world, like
across the ocean.
Yeah, I think of that and I still get the goosebumps, man.
Oh,
that was
Ghost
crazy.
Recon.
Ghost Recon, because that was the first ever like intense
experience,
Xbox Live. You know what I mean? Like live
that was
games.
The first game online
that took me across the world.
I got made fun of in. Yeah, that was the first game. They made fun of me because I grabbed the 50 cal and it was a smaller map or something.
They're like, who is this guy?
That's what they did. They all, and you know when you load and they could like look at each other? They looked at me and they're like, oh, look at this guy has a 50 cal. Holy crap. And I was like,
He wasn't just got Xbox Live.
It was my first game, like the first time playing it.
So McSpicy, for you, what single game had a significant impact on your life? Not necessarily your favorite, but one that
hard.
significantly
I have
impacted you.
several, and I don't know what to choose because Legend of Zelda.
That's a good one.
Ocarina
Link to the Past.
No, A Link to the Past. Yeah, that's right. Ocarina too, but Legend of Zelda is the first game I 100%ed basically when I was a kid. That impacted me a lot. I would say later on, I would say GoldenEye. GoldenEye had a huge impact on how I enjoyed first-person shooters, right? Because, I mean, we would have... That's when I was in high school, and we had GoldenEye tournaments at my high school.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it was the game. Then I had Halo. The first Halo, this was the first time I experienced a LAN party.
Yeah, LAN
Like
parties.
a Halo party where you went into this room with all these TVs, pizza, sodas.
Big TVs, not these centimeter ones.
Yes,
Oh, these
like
were
the
the
big old
tube TVs.
projectiles.
4-foot depth TVs.
Yeah,
Was high definition a thing yet? That
No.
was our high
No.
definition,
No, it
right?
was
480p was our.
Yeah.
Didn't
That
know
was
any better.
crisp.
Didn't know any better.
Yeah. And then we had Halo 2 just blown on how that Xbox, like how Xbox
Which
Live
the second
was.
rendition of Xbox Live was based off of Halo 2.
Yeah, and it was just crazy. Then Modern Warfare, just the first one. It's just there's so many games. I would say, I don't know. I would say probably Halo because I had I was really sick at the time, and my friend came to visit me, and I actually didn't know what Halo was, you know, and he took me to my other friend's house, and you know, just come on over. We're doing a Halo party, and I'm like, what's a Halo party, right? What's a Halo party?
Thought it was some
What is
religious
that?
thing.
I didn't have an
Some
Xbox.
cult.
Yeah, some cult. I'm like, okay, sure. I didn't know what he's talking about, but he was, you know, trying to make me feel better. I was pretty sick at the time. So actually, he had a motorcycle. It was so awesome. I hopped on the back, you know, and we drove over to my friend's house. And I go into my friend's house and go into the basement where the LAN party was set up. And as a person that enjoys video games, the first time seeing 4 TVs that friends they all hauled over to this, and to have the Ethernet cables going everywhere, and 2 TVs are facing east, 2 TVs are facing west, so you don't have screen peakers, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is this? I want this in my life now.
Yeah.
Right? And I grabbed a controller, and I realized that I'm Southpaw controls because I'm all looking all wonky, and they had Southpaw controls.
Yes, they did.
I didn't
yeah.
know it was called Southpaw at the time.
Beautiful.
But just that game, and the first time we played the coagulation map. What was that map?
Oh, so that the
first
original name was Blood Gulch.
Blood Gulch. Yeah, we played Blood Gulch, and we were playing Capture the Flag, and that was one of the greatest gaming moments I've had in my life. I really, truly. And I immediately saved up for my Xbox, and then I got to play that. I got Halo from that. Right?
How much were
Combat
Xboxes at the time?
Same price. No, I don't think they got into the 500s. I think they were 300, right?
Two threes?
I feel like $299.
Inflation, when you count for inflation.
You know, I think they were $299.
Okay.
Yeah. And no, just playing the Halo campaign, where I'm playing this alien race, the music, you know, how things start, you wake up from stasis. But there's that part where a third alien race comes in and kills both parties that you were fighting against.
Yeah.
And from then on, I was hooked to Xbox. I joined, I missed the GameCube. I totally missed that.
That was such a good console.
Yeah, that's
and
what
I
it
love that
really
they had a
was.
handle
Well,
on it.
I knew from then I was going to get an Xbox regardless whenever. I would also get other consoles later on, you know, but that game hooked me on Xbox right there.
Nice.
And I think that forever, that moment, I went, Xbox Live, all that stuff. And it's just so good. That was so good.
Do you want another game that affected me in a positive manner, such as such as Whereof You Speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed the first Dragon Age. And that got me.
Yeah, I remember that.
That honestly got me into the fantasy series. Before that, I had not really played any fantasy games. I mean, I had dabbled in Morrowind on the first Xbox a little bit, but I really wasn't into fantasy. Dragon Age got me into fantasy.
I was actually not able to enjoy Dragon Age because you were enjoying Dragon Age.
I was. We were living together.
Yeah, that was the time when
Jordan bought it.
You didn't buy digital at that time
No.
because you only had a 20 gig hard drive at the time, right?
Jordan bought it, and I would stay up.
Yeah, we had two Xboxes,
till like
but I
3 in the
couldn't
morning
play
playing it.
'cause
And
David
I remember
had
at
my
one
disc.
point sitting and telling Jordan, "This is so awesome," and I
And what's
played
funny
it
is
from beginning to end in like 4 days.
Well, what was so cool about that game is that I never experienced before was how you could sort of micromanage a macro game.
Yeah.
Right. You
Yeah.
could set up your
and that's what
your
was
people
kind of
do. It was
disappointing
so
about the next renditions of the game.
strategy based. It was so cool, and that I've never had that up to that point.
No,
right?
it was an RPG, action-based combat with a turn-based like strategy, but it wasn't turn-based.
Yeah.
It was very unique.
Yeah.
I don't know why Dragon Age does not go back to that. They got away from that.
Well, they
altogether.
kind of started to like lean in, like, well, let's make it a little bit more like Mass Effect type. You know
Not
what
really,
I
like
mean?
Dragon Age 2. Didn't even play it. I played it for 10 minutes. Didn't have
well,
that
'cause that's
feature,
when they
and I was
lean
out.
towards the
They
Mass
went,
Effect
They went
stuff.
action.
Yeah.
No, I liked you select your. It was if you take Dragon Age, or if you take The Witcher and you combine it with Divinity: Original Sin, you got Dragon Age 1, and that's the best of both worlds. So good.
You know what's funny is after you beat it, I actually still couldn't play it because we literally shared a room, so I knew what happened. Like,
The game was spoiled.
well, and what's funny is I spent $60 on that game. Like,
It was Jordan that
yeah,
bought
like
it.
I bought it. You know, but it was still a good game, and
You're the big brother, so you got to.
It was just like, hey man, what are you playing? See him play? Oh, here, you want to play? I'll play. And then that was like four. You know,
no,
me.
you did.
That's not.
No, you played it for like because I'd go to work and come home because we had different work schedules at that time. I mean, you played that game, and that's not a small game.
And that's not
Yeah.
that's not my style either. Like I
Yeah.
don't jump. That game.
And you
hooked
beat
me.
it. I remember you getting to the Archdragon. Spoiler alert: it's been 10 years, right? You got to the Archdragon, and you.
Well, do you know what's funny about that game? That's the game you dibbed the hot chick.
That's right. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You're like, you can't
said-
touch her. She's my
She's
babe.
mine.
And
Who
I'm
was
like,
it?
oh,
Morgan? Did you go for Morgan?
Yeah,
The
the witch.
wild-
Not
The Wild Witch.
multiplayer. I'm in my own game, and it's like bro code.
And you
I'm
know,
like thinking,
you know.
dang, I can't woo
Look, that's
her.
That's David's
You
woman.
went for the shy elf, didn't you?
Yeah, I tried to go for the witch, but it didn't work out. She
The old
wasn't-
lady?
Yeah.
She's a lot older than you,
She's a
man.
lot older.
She still wasn't bad.
She's a cougar, huh? You like the cougar?
I tried.
That was
but,
720 back in
well,
those days.
You did someone, and you did it's bro code. That's all that's left.
Yeah. No, yeah, you hit that game hard.
I thought you were gonna say you hit that. Something else.
No, I remember. Yeah, you played. You beat it in a good amount of time though? Probably two weeks ish, maybe.
No, I think I did it in a week.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I did
it
it in
is.
like 5 days.
I think you might have called in sick a couple times.
That was back when I was in school and did work, and I would. This is how I viewed school. This is what I would do. Here's my strategy. Here's how I got through school. And we're talking college here. So my first semester, like an idiot, I would do all the work. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get straight A's.
Like a moron, I'd work.
Stupid. That's stupid to do. No, here's why. Because professors are dumb.
It's true. I know what he's gonna say.
I work at a university now. Trust me, professors, they might be super intelligent in their small niche, but when it comes to everything else, particularly common sense, dumbest people on the planet. Kid you not. I deal with, and this is from experience. And if you're a professor out there, professors out there sitting listening to this, they're like, "Yep, yep, that's right." Like this is not even a question. Anyways, so this is
So they
what I did.
know.
First day of class, everybody, if you're going through school right now, here's my tip. When a professor gives you your syllabus, go through it, and everything it'll break it down, and it'll say, this is 1% of your grade. This is 2% of your grade. This one's 7. This is 75% of your grade. Do the 75% thing of your grade. Do like the 12% grade. Anything under 10 to 12%, all the 5% and stuff, why the F am I going to do that? And always, I kid you not, that's the most tedious stuff. The thing that's worth 1% of your grade, a daily write-up on this topic read from this book for every day of the semester. 1% of your grade. So I didn't do that. You know
75%, one test.
Yeah, 75% is one test. Okay, I'm going to put all my time into that one test. I'm not going to. I just would not turn in stuff. I'd have professors email me and be like, "Hey, I've not received any of these," and I would reply, "I've not done any. It's only 1% of my grade." Period. They couldn't argue. It's their syllabus. Like, you're not going to argue with me. It's your syllabus. That's the only way to do it. So, anyways, moral of the story, because of that,
I had a lot of
free time.
Can I summarize?
Yes.
D's get degrees.
Yeah.
Well, I would still get A's and B's.
Because you're doing the
But
majority.
I'd always be right on the cusp of an A and B, but yeah, I just.
Did they ever reply to you and say, because like if they try and change your grade, then they can't because
No, you
it's
can't.
only 1%.
It's in the syllabus. And
It's literally in writing.
I would still study, and I still show up to showing up to class was always the majority of it. So you show up to class in
Yeah,
college,
it's the tough one.
you're getting a C, like at least, right?
Yeah, especially community college.
So show up to class and then go and do the like 20% book report that you have to do, and you'll get at least a B plus, and that's how you do it. And then you just play video games the rest of your life, and life is good. Okay, life is good at that point.
Oh, I feel like that's advice. I wouldn't call it good or bad. I guess that's just advice. Good job, David.
Thank you.
I think
I'm
it's
basically
good advice.
min-maxing.
Yeah.
I'm
min-maxing effort.
I'm min-maxing my class. My
It's
classroom
diminished
experience.
returns. No, it's kind of like diminished returns.
You are
that is it,
min-maxing effort. That's what you've
that's-
discovered.
That's what it's. Hey, I'm not. Okay. Okay, I'm not doing that. 1%. You're telling me up front that the most difficult part of your class is only worth 1% of my grade? Why am I going to do that? Like, I'm not going to do that.
It's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
no one can argue with you. You know.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's pretty funny.
Anyways, that does
That's
us.
a good question.
That
by the
does
way,
us.
the
Yeah,
original.
great question from Shepishal Ed. Thank you very much, guys,
Do we
for
have another
joining us
question?
this week.
I
That's
feel like
it.
answering another one.
That's
You want to answer another
What?
question?
I don't
What
know.
is your favorite food?
I don't know.
You really don't have a favorite food?
I've been eating a lot of chocolate symphony bars lately.
Oh.
Joe,
So-
when he came over today,
Right now.
I was making like sausage hamburger
Oh,
things.
I love sausage.
Oh, it's really good. I
Oh.
was making this thing, and I go, Jordan, do you want anything? I can make you something. And he goes, No, I brought lunch. I brought a candy bar, and it's not like a Snickers that's has peanuts and you can kind of justify it. It was straight up symphony bar, just pure sugar. That's Jordan. He lives a lifestyle that I appreciate.
Yeah.
No, I brought
I've actually been eating rather well lately, so I've been rewarding myself with
Okay.
candy bar lunches.
candy bar lunches. Yeah. Well, at least today, anyway.
Let me get your analysis then, Jordan. You have a PlayStation, you have a Switch, you have an Xbox. All three. You just got yourself God of War.
Oh,
I actually,
oh.
fun fact, I almost bought a 3DS again this week.
Oh, it was on sale. Who was? I think it was Kabowski that just bought him. Oh
well,
no,
because I was just
Kabowski in Discord just bought himself a 2DS.
I was craving. I go in spurts, man. I was just like craving a Pokemon game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't wait
There'll-
for the
there'll be
Switch
one
one.
that
No,
comes
I
to
know.
Switch.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that.
So, anyway.
Okay, so you have all three.
Yeah.
Where do you think Xbox lies on the trending scale?
Oh, well, it's going up.
I mean, comparatively. Like, let's rank those now for you. 1, 2, and 3 on a gaming analysis scale. And we can start with McSpicy.
What do
if
you
you'd
mean, like gaming analysis
So
scale?
for instance, I think the Xbox right now does more things right for gamers than either
so
of the
not
other
just
two
like my
systems.
personal favorite, like what I
No,
think.
and
is
I
their-
think as a result, I think everything is paying off. I'll give you an example. I was at church the other day, and I was walking out, and all these adults were standing around talking, and I didn't say anything. And they were talking about, yeah, my son wants an Xbox One. Yeah, so does mine want an Xbox One. I've never heard that before. That used to be PlayStation in this generation, anyways.
Yeah.
It's all caught. It's caught. I don't now. They're obviously in second place as far as sales goes, but as far as what the value they're bringing to you, I just think it's caught up to them. This E3 is going to be huge, and if they nail it, sky's the limit. So I put them number one trending right now. Like if they're stock, if they're stock, if Xbox is just stock by itself, I buy.
Well, they're bringing out good, and they're keeping people excited. You know what I mean? There is the the first party games, exclusive stuff like that people are so worried about. But I mean, kind of ramping up to E3. We're hopefully going to get some of those.
Yeah.
So honestly, if you would have asked me this last week, I probably would have went like Xbox, Switch, PlayStation. But this week, I would go probably Xbox, PlayStation,
God
Switch.
of War. I mean, God of War.
God of War. I mean,
seller.
yeah,
Let's
dude,
be honest.
I'm going home after the show to play it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man, that's
it's
such a
downloaded on my
and
PlayStation.
well, that's the thing about the consoles and why it's so good for us because they're always switching. Like next week, Nintendo might be on top because they come out with some crazy announcement that's going to push that. You know what I mean? That's
You know what? That's
what's good about having all three of them.
Guys, that we didn't talk about this Football Manager on my Nintendo. My Nintendo Switch has got more use than Zelda. Even I've just been playing that nonstop hardcore. I am playing as the Scotland Rangers. I'm currently in second place in the Scottish Premiership.
Who's in first? The Celtics.
I don't want to talk about it, but yes.
Oh, the Celtics
yes, they
are.
are.
That's
But let me
funny.
tell you, I've got some irons in the fire here. I've got some players I'm scouting. I really need some goal scorers. I'm good on defense. I focused on my defense. Let me tell you, our points against, nobody's getting past me.
Yeah.
Well, one team got past me.
The Celtics.
The Celtics. When I lose 1-0. Okay, it's that type of defense. So I've just got to break. But I hope that comes. These games have traditionally never been on console. Now, Football Manager was on the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah,
and it's on like iPad. They have their Football Manager Touch, which actually is the Nintendo Switch version, which I actually prefer. It's a lot more streamlined. They bring this to the Xbox. I would be playing it all the time, and they totally can. And they could bring the full version to the Xbox. So the difference between the Touch and the full version, the Touch, which is on the Switch, takes out certain features. So, for instance, you don't have control of your youth team. You don't have control of like your stadium. It really takes away all the micromanaging so that you're just focused as a manager on your team. You don't deal with the press. Every once in a while you do, but on the full version, every day you answer the press, and then it determines like how your fans like, what the press is thinking about you, stuff like that. You could bring that to the Xbox and the PlayStation. Boom! Oh, it'd be so good. Then they'd have multiplayer for once.
Well, and they kind of. I mean, they've dabbled in it. Remember, they had head coach for the original Xbox way back in the day. With Madden.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely possible. I don't know how well that.
I
game
think
did
now
or
is the
not,
time.
but-
Now is the golden age.
Honestly, when you're
the golden
porting
age of gaming.
when you're porting games like Terra and stuff over and having pretty good control schemes, I mean, all you got to do is hire someone that can make a good control scheme. And
All you gotta do is hire with someone with hands, and then and your control scheme is good. It's literally all you need to do. Big Spicy, how about you? Give me your analysis here before we end the show.
I kind of don't really understand what I'm rating by trending or
Trending, like if these
I can do my favorites.
These are three stocks: the Switch stock, the Xbox stock, the PlayStation stock.
I mean, they're all doing well.
What is buy for you? What do you see as the? Where do you put your money?
Well, here we
Gambling
go.
on them.
Let's simplify it.
You're
down.
gambling on
If
them.
you
You're loot boxing
had
them.
nothing, you just moved to America, and you're
I'm
about
Nico.
Your name is Sven.
and you're about to buy your
Want to
very
go bowling?
you're about to buy your very first console, and you have the option of these three, and you're looking at all the different features. Which ones do you pick at your local Walmart?
No, I think which one do you gamble on? What do you put?
Yeah.
It's a horse race. What do you put money on? I put money on the Xbox. Honestly, no bias here. And I know, is there an Xbox show? How is there bias here? No bias. A year ago, 2 years ago, the PlayStation, they really did it better.
Yeah, they nailed
since
it.
the Scorpio, since the Xbox One X and beyond, the features, the Game Pass. I think if they nail this E3, I'm putting my money on the Xbox One X. If they nail this E3,
You
watch
throw out maybe 2-3 first-party titles coming out.
cross-platform playing, first-party titles, being able to play on the PC as well as the Xbox. Do you know how many streamers I've seen stream that I know are just PlayStation streamers that have streamed Cuphead? Because you can play it also on your PC.
Yeah, I don't know.
Undecided.
Yeah,
This is
I really
stressful.
don't know.
This is where if life was a game, you press
Because I'm
pause.
putting-
This is your Dragon Age.
This is your Dragon Age decision.
Yeah, this is it.
This is my Dragon Age decision.
This is it.
You're
I can't.
sitting in front of the big glass window, just figuring out.
I
which
will.
one
Do
to-
you know how long it takes me to go to Home Depot when I'm looking at 2 shovels? I don't know. I sit there and I'll be like, okay, well, let's click Amazon. I spend a thing. I don't know. This is really hard. I dig the Switch because I can take it anywhere, right? That
Well, they each
portability-
have their niche, you know.
Yeah, but you're right. Xbox, they had
They're trending upwards.
They've been trending upwards for a long time because when you start at the bottom, there's nowhere else to go.
This is
right?
true.
You
yeah.
were at.
They couldn't go down.
They
Bottom.
were. Then they got Phil involved, and Phil has taken. Yeah, it's so. because you're basically removing my experience that I have with all consoles and just looking at it from an outside's perspective.
Yeah, your first ever console. Like, what one are you betting
I gamble on the Xbox because I think the payoff is larger, because everybody expects Sony always has good first party titles. This E3 is going to be. I'm so happy we're going to this E3.
Well,
because it's going to. This is the pivot point.
Yeah, and just because I mean, you got to think Sea of Thieves is actually a first party title, right?
Yeah.
Just because I mean, it's on Windows, PC, and Xbox. Microsoft owns both. It's still a first party title. Yeah. Same with
If you allow me to play with the console, the operating system. PlayStation's at the end. I hate that operating system.
Sure.
I despise
their menu system is definitely not the best.
Their 35 setting menu. Like you go into settings and it's like, okay, I just need to do this one thing. Where the hell do I go? Right?
Yeah.
Sony is not known for, OSs. Microsoft is.
Yeah.
Obviously, for,
and actually,
Windows.
If you look at it, it's very interesting because Microsoft is a software company, so they have good. I think the Xbox software is really good.
I think the Xbox
but if
software,
you look at the
OS,
original PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, I think PlayStation 4 design-wise, hardware was a lot sleeker looking.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we just our Xboxes are VCRs.
Yeah. Which I think has a good look. I'm not saying it's a bad look, but the PlayStation offset is.
If I'm able to touch and play and feel, and play the operating systems, Microsoft will win. If I'm looking at it just like statistically speaking, I don't know. PlayStation has a pretty good pedigree. That's what's hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. I would get all three. That's what I would do.
Just drop 1,000.
Yeah. Drop a G.
Yeah, I really like the social aspect of Xbox. I think that's where they're strong. I would look at, if I'm able to look at like a Digital Foundry, everything involved.
Dude, by the way, sorry, I'll let you finish.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Just the Digital Foundry, just how many times the updates happen with the good changes that Microsoft makes to their OS. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And the Switch, just the portability. I don't know how to make that. I'm still looking at the two shovels at Home Depot. I don't know how to make that decision.
You mentioned Digital Foundry. Can I say how much I love those guys? I love that they silence the arguments because they're so smart. And when they do an analysis video,
I sit with Wikipedia up as I watch those videos, and then I pause and I type in what is that?
There'll be this like
okay, this means X, Y, and Z. Got it.
There'll be this argument about like, oh, this game can do this or this game does this on this console, and Digital Foundry just does their thing, and it's the word. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. That's final word. And when I noticed it, and this might be biasness or not because it actually happened, but when Xbox One X was first announced, a lot of the mainstream video game news outlets were like, well, I don't think it'll be that much of an upgrade. I don't think
that was a smart marketing move to let Digital Foundry.
And then Digital Foundry came out and was like, yeah, it's good, and no one said a thing.
Well,
like, it was legit. It legitimized it because they know what they're doing. They know what they're talking, and they're so neutral that you can't argue. You know what I mean? They're not biased or anything. They report the fact.
Yeah, you know what's ironic about this is 2 years ago. Why get a console when you can get a PC for $300 that beats a console? You cannot do that today. You cannot. Even at PlayStation 4 quality, you can't because of the price of video cards.
Oh, yeah.
Bitcoin.
Consoles are a better deal now than a PC, which 2 years ago was not the case.
When you go to
because of that.
When you go to Nvidia's website, there's a limit to cards now. If they're in stock.
Because of cryptocurrencies
you can't buy. Yeah.
Anyways, great question. Great show. Mr. McSpicy, where can people find you? And what will you be up to this week?
Do you know what's funny? Yes. That was your question. So you're complimenting yourself. Great question.
Great question myself.
Good job, me.
Yeah,
Did you put it on Facebook?
I'm awesome. Stay out of my fantasies. I'll see you guys later.
I'm awesome. Don't bother me in my fantasy. Mr. McSpicy, go.
I'm on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy. My gamer tag on Xbox and PlayStation and Switch is Mr. McSpicy. I will be playing.
We'll switch your bunch of numbers.
Switch your 75432-1.
Oh, on Switch. Yeah, that's actually true. If you wanna friend me on my Nintendo, go to our Discord channel. Yeah. We have a gamer tag section with a lot of people in the community. That
XoneBros.com.
You know what's interesting?
/.
Why didn't
Discord.
you've done multiple? Why didn't you just edit your previous post? with your Switch. You should do that. Consolidate. I'm one of the admins. I like to consolidate stuff, make it clean. You have added multiple posts of your stuff.
Of my stuff?
Yeah. That bugs me.
Because I don't give a...
Oh, man. But, and everyone, come on Discord. It's really fun. You'll meet a lot of friends there.
Yeah.
Really.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year of pure joy conversation.
God of War is what I'll be playing.
Oh, man. Maybe I'll come watch you guys play.
It really is.
Can I come watch you guys play it?
Should we play?
So let's play it together.
Should we play maybe the first 15 minutes right after the show?
Yeah, I say we do it.
I say we do that. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So it's like God of War, because it's a different style of game than the other ones. It's like if God of War and The Last of Us had a baby, God of War, this one.
Yeah.
It's actually,
Can
I like
I
how
say-
they
can I
call
say
it
I
Dad
actually-
of War.
Dad of War.
David,
He's got a kid that follows him around.
I'm actually, because of God of War, I'm not going to call my son by his name. Because in God of War, he never calls his son. What's his name?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's always like, boy. And you're like, oh.
You know what? That might be a good that demands respect.
No, it does.
Kratos' voice.
Yeah,
voice,
he's
man.
awesome.
That voice actor.
Well, I don't think he's ever said his name. He's like, aim this way, boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Take your time, boy.
Come on, boy.
You left your
So-
knife, boy.
Yeah,
Okay, Daddy.
he's a man's man.
Well, he goes, yes, Father, I'll do better, Father. And it's like,
It's good, man. It's
awesome.
good.
I've been looking at this game for 9 years since they, since they announced this one. So
I am Jordan the Man XOB pretty much everywhere. You can always check Discord for all the links.
Yep.
And I'll be playing a few things. I did beat another zone of Far Cry this last
baby,
week, so I'll
there
be
we
working
go.
on the last zone this week, and then I'll of course be jumping into God of War because you can't, when a big game like that comes out, you can't not play it, right?
No, you can't.
double negative. That means he's got to play it.
Yeah.
That means he's got to play it. I am XoneBros everywhere. Don't forget, guys, Instagram. Come join the XoneBros Instagram. Come follow us. Before and after the shows, we have behind-the-scenes live streams there, plus daily posts. It's a good time. Also on Mixer, every day, Monday through Friday. I did Sea of Thieves this entire week streamed. This week, it might be Sea of Thieves again, or I'll do some Forza. I've been thinking about both. Or a lot of people have suggested Wolfenstein. I do need to do Wolfenstein. Anyways, come join us on Mixer. If you got a free sub, use it on us. We'd appreciate it. We will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Stay positive, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We are going to do a raid as per every Friday.
We try
to.
do. Sometimes it won't happen. But
Had a good time tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, check if you've got a free sub. Just hit the sub button up top and then hit
Just
it.
check it.
And it should be.
It may appear, it may not, but check.
And it's free. We'd appreciate the support. Anyways, we are going to raid the one and only, the man who just got partnered this week, and we are so happy for him. NKWOA. As soon as we go over, let's hashtag positive gaming. What you just have to stay in this chat right here. What we're gonna do is log off. We're going to host him, and he'll just jump up. Our chat will merge with his chat. When we get in there, hashtag positive gaming. Here we go, guys, in 3.
So I just linked it in there, too. So chat has his link. Head on over to there if you not. Also, just...
And we're about to host him in 3, 2, 1.